I fire my gun in the air. And I say, I'm making a withdrawal. I want to see 5 fingers in the air, ladies and gentlemen. I'm afraid to say that this is a robbery. And I want to put my gun on the nearest, like, civilian.
You hear a click, the sound of a gun cock. You messed with the wrong bank. Muglin's sure to pay us for your heads. At least 2 investors who are armed and ready. All right, this stupid Zencaster that says you click start recording and it does not start recording. And also, I had a delay logging in because there's this pop-up saying the free plan is now being renamed the creator plan. Apply for the creator plan today. Okay. Anyway, we just started. Good thing I didn't start recording, then you would have all seen the rules lawyer ranting. Maybe that could be another channel.
Oh, yeah. Farm it out, for sure.
Weren't you just saying you had too much work to do?
Maybe you just need a 24/7 camera.
Yep.
You know, there are people who get YouTube audiences that way.
It's all
my buddy
content,
just finished a
it's
week-long
all
stream.
content. Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna take some work to do that better than Ludwig.
Yeah.
Just do a week-long stream. See if you die. If you live, then just don't stop. Like that's it's definitely not tiring. All right.
And then you make a video about it, which is I only ate when the stream told me I could, and you know, it's like doubling down on the content. You've got
Discourse on that grind set, that hustle mindset.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be degrading in some way. It has to be like, lawyer does not use the bathroom for 7 days.
Lawyer will through cases for stream.
I'm pretty sure you're allowed to this. Chat
Watch
is
me
going to
put
hold
this
a
guy
gun
in
to your
jail.
head and be like, no shitting.
Yeah, all right. Housekeeping. So,
That wasn't being recorded, was it?
oh, it was. It was.
No, that's a clip now. That's on the Shorts channel that we don't have.
You just learned this when you're a creator. Just everything. You just let it all hang out.
Oh yeah.
There's no more filter. Less filter, more views, more clicks, more likes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I already told Discourse to add a boost, and she already did. I already talked to Sean about skills. Outlaw, I already brought up some things about... let me start the recording of my screen. Hold on. Three. Oh, not quite. Hold on. Huh. Sorry. Can't see. Jeez. I have this bright window right behind my monitor. Sorry.
Seems like a really good way for that eyeball damage.
Yeah. Maybe that... No, that does not sound like a good stream idea.
Intentionally causing cataracts.
Lawyer versus lasers.
Lawyer stares at the sun for 7 days.
Yep. That's
Lawyer
the
takes
Mr.
advantage of
Beast
Mr.
style,
Beast's
right?
generosity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep doing something for like an extreme amount of hours.
Yeah.
Eventually,
Yeah.
it looks.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, my understanding is that's what lawyers do anyway.
Yeah. This just has an audience. There was a video that came up in my feed about a guy doing planks for 8 hours. Who would want to do that? Okay. Recording 3, 2, 1, now. Okay. So I'm going to pull up there's a couple of issues. Outlaw, you did not buy any equipment yet. I gave you the Adventurers pack with your money.
That's probably wise. I did not understand how that worked. Thank you.
And also, oracles are proficient with leather armor.
Oh, cool. So I'm wearing that now?
Yes. That's why your
Excellent.
AC went up from 14 to a 15.
Oh, that's so good. That's so great.
Yes. And you also have the alchemical crafting feat. And I allow at the start of a campaign for you to say, if you want, that you crafted things beforehand. However, Dominic knows about this. Formulas cost like what, 1 gold for level 1 formulas, but then there's an item called a crafter's book that gives you a whole. It does not give you alchemical formulas, actually. Scratch that.
The basic crafter's book does.
Oh, I thought it only gave you those things that are in the chapter.
No, it gives you a shitload of alchemical ones.
Oh, okay, I am corrected. See, I count on Dominic to make sure I get rules right.
Yeah, it gives you all the level 0
Yeah.
common items. So that does include basic alchemical stuff like alcohol.
But also it has a specific list of alchemical items. Like you get alchemist fire, you get bottled lightning, you get elixir of life, you get all the like
crafter's
basics.
book?
Yeah.
I don't see that basic crafter's book.
Let me find it.
Yeah, the basic crafter's book. Okay, to get any item into your inventory in Foundry, Outlaw, do control space, and then type it out, and then you can click and drag it into your inventory. And then we'll just sort out the gold later.
And what item am I adding? The alchemical crafting book?
Crafter's book.
Yeah, the basic crafter's book doesn't do it. Where is the one that I'm thinking of? It costs maybe a little more.
And you get to craft everything at half price if you have unlimited downtime, which you do before the campaign. Okay, what are they going to tell me now? Hey, I sent you some material I would like to start going through this weekend. Okay. Good. This weekend.
Not now.
Yeah.
So
okay,
how
what
do I
does
drag things to my in? Okay, so I drag it, put it in that.
You can literally.
I'm.
Did it work?
Maybe. Who's to say? Maybe I need to have this up.
You did Control Shift and you typed stuff.
Yep.
Control space.
I did it. Nailed it. I'm amazing at this game.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good at spreadsheets.
It contains a formula, the 0 level common items in Chapter 6. So that doesn't have alchemical items, right, Dominic? There's the only alchemical items is maybe you have elixir of life.
I swear I'm going nuts.
Oh wait, you know what? It might be in Archives of Nethys for Pathfinder Society.
Yeah, but it's I'm looking at it now and it's not anymore.
I think it might have been some kind of like special case thing from Alchemist or something.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just an item. I'm going nuts right now.
All right.
But don't worry about it.
Let's give him the TLDR. You can a formula costs 1 gold, and level 1 items that you can craft that are alchemical are either 3 gold or 4 gold, and that you can lower by 50%.
Okay. Cool.
And so, maybe maybe you want elixirs of life so that everyone can hold one at low level. That's in my level 1 survival guide video. I just thought of that name. Maybe that'll be a video. I'm going to suggest that.
There's that hustle coming up again. Yeah.
Everything's content, right? I always post it so whenever I think of an idea.
No, that's a good idea. There's so many times I've forgotten, like immediately afterwards, the next day.
Yeah. So that's one thing. Or if there's a particular alchemical item, I don't know if you had much chance to look at the variety, but Elixir of Life is a solid choice.
I can. How many of those can I have to pass to the party? Can I have
it looks like 11.3 gold. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna drag the minor Elixir of Life into your inventory and see how much it costs. 3 gold. So you could craft 15.1.
About 6 of them if we include the cost of getting the formula in the first place.
Yeah,
let's do that.
7 if you're pushing it.
Mm-hmm. Let's be conservative and I'll do 6.
Cool. Oh yeah, you got to pay for the formula. Okay, so this should be a total of value 21.5. 21.5.
So we're taking the minor elixir of life or the lesser?
Oh, I already added stuff.
Oh, okay.
Minor.
I see. And what do minor elixir of life? 1d6 hit points. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so the crafter's book was eroded. It used to be all common levels. It used to be all common items in the equipment chapter, which included a bunch of alchemical formula, and then the fourth printing errata, which was earlier this year, eroded that. So,
Damn.
So they
Yeah.
uneroded it.
well, I can't even find the uneroded version because I just use Archives of Nethys. I don't have a copy of the book.
Oh.
I
Okay.
have an older copy of the core rulebook somewhere around here.
But it was basically it gave you heaps. Like if you go to like Philzo's old character sheet, he had like 25 formula at level 1. Which is probably why they eroded it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh my goodness, my brain is not working. So sorry, hold on.
Meanwhile, I just kind of like bought a folding ladder.
6.
Um,
Okay, your value should be 20.
It just seemed helpful, you know?
Uh-huh.
You never know
For
when
sure.
we're gonna need it. We're breaking
You never
out
know
of
when
it.
you're just going to need somebody to just pull out a ladder. You know, climb checks can be pretty brutal.
It's gonna be really handy for me. I mean, I can't really quite reach a counter. So, I mean, how big are goblins? How tall do they get?
They're like about 3 feet.
Sick. Okay, nice. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, at,
keep
like,
that
the
ladder
high
handy.
end.
Yeah.
So let me just double check. Goblin, PF2.
Okay.
Because they're still small. They're not tiny.
Yeah. Pathfinder 2, they took out all the like height and weight ranges, which I understand why, but it's also like if I don't know what a flip-flop is, like I don't know how tall it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Do any of you want your characters will be brought together by your quest giver, but do any of you want your characters to have some acquaintance with each other, friendships with each other, animosity?
Anybody else
I-
into thieving
Oh,
cattle?
I'm going to point out that Dominic is chaotic evil. His character.
I feel like we all are a little bit. I mean, so my character sold weapons to pirates for money, and that's it. Like that's his whole reasoning. So I was like, I guess that's not like
I mean,
that's
were you
not
trying
even
to eat?
neutral, is it?
Were you
Pirates
trying
are
to eat?
libertarians.
Yeah.
You know?
Would you have done it?
So
as-
chaotic
would you-
evil.
Would you have killed someone to advance your own? Would you have killed somebody to make yourself richer?
Yeah, he did. Like as a career, like he was a
Including
gun
people who
smuggler.
didn't.
He was
including
muscle
innocent
for a gun
people?
running gang. Like
Yeah, but he didn't deal with killing innocent people, though, right? I'm just wondering.
no,
I've
just
looked at
like
I'm looking at volume 1, but I don't know about volume 2 or 3. But I don't know if there's any points where it just seems like, oh, you're gonna, not kill this child.
it's not like it's like innocent. It's not civilians, right? But you know what pirates do, like, and he's enabling pirates
Fight
to
against
go-
government authority.
No,
Yeah.
these are shackles pirates, where the pirates are the government. So
Oh, okay, well, that's no fun.
Well, that's
It's
that's
worse
that's
of both
Oh,
worlds,
boo.
right?
Yeah.
That's
Boo!
Pirates are
yeah.
jolly.
Boo this man!
Okay. Will any of you know each other?
Well,
It's the
I feel
classic-
like me and Discourse,
Yeah.
our characters have definitely at least encountered each other
Yeah, yeah. I think that's probably correct. Yeah, that's probably
out on the
case.
range.
If we're both
I feel-
if we're both
okay.
outlaws, if we're both kind of criminal, part of a criminal element or like working underground, then it's more than likely that we've had some level of interaction.
Yeah, especially that kind of like outside the city borders sort of territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
like,
I mean, my
Papa
character is a
Fancy
bandit.
and Banjo. Sounds like a
Yeah.
the name of a famous pair of people.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Couple
there's still a
outlets.
story to be written here with those characters.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Oh, I
Bonnie
thought it was
and
kind of
Clyde.
done. I thought the whole story was sort of finished. At this
that's
point.
it. We basically come with the backstory.
We won. We won. Okay, and Dominic and Outlaw both know I was gonna experiment with the rules as written for the Wellspring Mage. Do you see my note?
Yes.
Okay.
So we only get
all
that extra spell if we've already spent a spell slot. Is that the
Yeah.
am I reading that correctly? Okay.
Yes, and until you spend that spell slot, the chances there's only a bad thing that can happen. Well, if you see Wellspring Surges as bad things when a combat starts.
Mm. Okay, I see.
Okay.
I will also, just with the Wellspring Surges, I wanted to ask how much of it is it going to be like we just say, hey, I'm stressed out right now, I'm going to make a Wellspring Surge, or is it, do you want to kind of be in control of that pace, Ron?
It says when the GM decides something is a stress. What is the word? High stress situation.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's all my housekeeping.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think that it would also make sense for Guts to know people randomly if they're around town. So I think that in one of his ill-advised adventures, he could have run into Gunpowder Man and then accidentally made a friend.
Colt is looking for friends. He's just made every single bad one. He was looking for influences to learn about people. I think he frequents Papa Fancy's bar and is like, so what do you do? Oh, crime? I don't know what that means. Let me experiment. And then he's like, wow, this is awesome.
What's the character's name?
Colt Magnum, because that's what he was supposed to be put inside of.
Colt Magnum. Nice, I like
Colt
it.
Magnum.
Yeah.
Do we have a picture for Discourse's character?
No.
Okay.
I'm elusive like that. I'm mysterious. The masked figure.
All right.
Yeah.
So enigmatic.
You're so short
Right.
that we only see you from the top down
Yeah.
and you wear a hood.
It should just be like some
Okay.
sky.
Okay. So we'll go with mystery person icon
Yeah.
for today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also,
All right.
I just wanted to say narratively, my muse, I had a thought to think about it, and having it be literally Joe Burns is like stupid as hell. So it's more of an amalgamation of like a sort of enigmatic, folklory, otherworldly thing being, and that also means that I don't have to just do a very narrow range of poetry that I don't like.
So in other words, you read the poems in between this session and the last one, and you're like, actually, not a big fan.
It seems like he was better at like holding people hostage and like
Yeah.
like killing cops than like writing
Yeah.
poetry.
Yeah. Who'd have thunk?
You should have stuck to that criminal thing, you know? He was pretty good at that.
I like it. Okay.
More housekeeping on my end.
I just like to imagine the rest of his gang was like, stop making your poems, you suck. And he just kept
No, I like to
going.
imagine kind of like a Riddler scenario. He just keeps on leaving poems behind at the scene of a crime, and they're like, "Stop doing that! They know it's us." Then,
Literally, though, that is like what he did.
Okay.
Everyone was upset. No one was happy.
Adjust your Foundry volume now. In Foundry, upper right corner, under playlists, click global volume controls, and that's where you can change the volume
okay.
that you're hearing.
I'll
like it.
post a screenshot with red arrows pointing to the actual buttons.
Mm-hmm.
That would be most. Oh, playlist. Oh, damn. Nailing
Then
this.
you need to pop open global volume controls. Otherwise, it'll just have the volume go right back up when the next song plays.
Yeah, global.
And playlists. Okay.
Yep.
And this Outlaw, you can go until 6 p.m. Pacific.
I believe that is 8 p.m.
3 hours
Eastern,
and
so
10
yes.
minutes.
Yeah. Well,
cool.
yeah, I can go to 8. Like, we have 2 hours, basically.
Oh,
That's
2
I've got 2
hours.
hours. Yeah. 8 p.m.
Oh,
Eastern is
okay.
when I've got to go to do my stream
Oh, okay.
or my
All
players.
right, that's
will
part
be
of
sad.
why I wanted to move this to Mondays eventually.
Mhm.
Okay, so let me tell update person that I'm available at 5. Okay. I'm ready to start.
Sure.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Draw. Bang, you hear. A crack of thunder fills the air. The smoking gun, held by a powerfully built orc man wearing leather chaps, vest, and a shiny sheriff's badge, holds everyone's attention. The orc slowly lowers the firearm, stowing it back in his holster. He carefully and deliberately walks up to a bloody dwarf, surveying his handiwork. I'm sorry it had to go down this way, brother. You picked the wrong side, and that I can't abide. He removes his pinched front hat, holding it over his heart, and after a moment he lowers his head. And the entire saloon erupts in applause as the pianist begins to play. The orc bows deeply, then helps the dwarf to his feet, who also bows to the attending patrons. They walk to the bar, arm in arm, and order a bottle of whiskey. We are in the Barrel and Bullets Saloon, everybody.
They got barrels and bullets?
Yeah. So, the Barrel and Bullets Saloon is a central place where a lot of workers go after a long day working in the factories around town. And a female dwarf stands on the bar top. Let me see if I can get you all a picture of her. Mm-hmm. Thank you for attending! Whiskey's only 2 silver for the next hour, and that includes top shelf. Come back next week for the conclusion of Hearts at High Noon and our after party. Enjoy yourselves! This here is Phoebe Dunsmith. She hops off the bar onto the sawdust-covered floor and taps each of your shoulders and bids you all to follow her to the back room. So, she's, here we go. Just going here. Going here.
Oh.
Yeah, you can drag your
look.
token.
Oh my god. Yo, I'm sneaking in. I'm sneaking in.
If you highlight your token, too, if you select your token, you get to use the arrow keys.
Oh my
I'm
god.
mostly seeing a roof.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I can. Okay, it's a fog of war thing. I'm good.
Yeah.
I can see the room.
There is a round table and a private bar that awaits you there. She props one foot up on a stool, leans forward on her knee, and casts a suspicious eye around the room. Now that the show is over, let's talk business. I brought you all here because we share some common enemies. With your help, I can make them pay and get you rich in the process. But first, tell me why you deserve a job that could pay your weight in gold. So this is your chance to introduce yourselves to her and to each other. I'll ask the 2 people who know each other already to introduce themselves.
Okay, so classic Zoom. Banjo Bo, he's dwarf, so he's like very low to the ground, like widely built. He's got this crazy wiry black beard that kind of just goes in all directions. But as he takes off his hat, you can see his hair's like all like covered in like grease to like that old like Dapper Dan style into a presentable little hairstyle. He's got a glove on his right hand, and he's got this like ochre colored like cotton shirt, very breezy, very like breathable, and he kind of slumps into the chair, and the chair kind of skids back a little bit, but with the force, and he just says, I mean, you need us to do the job. You already offered us the job. You're not going to not give us the job. It's that simple.
Well, I'd like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. I've heard good things about you. I want to look you straight in the eye. I've heard you've done crimes.
Oh, I don't know where you heard that, mate. You wouldn't have heard that from any reputable source. All
Only
I'm
the
saying
best-
is I've been out in the wastes. I've survived mad storms. I've dealt with the kind of people that you want us to deal with. That's all there is. I know about the job. You're not going to let me not take the job, and I'm not going to let you kill me.
Well, the best people for a job are those who aren't doing it just for the money, but who have some kind of, let's say, personal stake in the matter.
I mean, I don't think any of us here particularly like Mugland or Loveless.
Yeah.
If
How did they get in your craw?
Sounds like my business.
I see you want to be mum about this. Well, I'll be
Sounds
mum
like he
about
fucked
what I
your
might.
mom.
Nice.
You shut
She looks to other people. She says, I'll note that. I'll note that. We'll see if we're going to be friends with each other at the end of the day, or enemies.
At this, Papa Fancy, who is dressed in a fine coat, so he's quite well dressed, quite extravagantly. He has a scarlet cravat that he wears with his open sort of shirt, and has on a kind of he's still dressed sort of a little bit rugged, right? Like still kind of like a cowboy. He's still got the jacket and the shirt on, but they're very well tailored, and they clearly have been fitted to suit him. He also has a fine sort of embroidered white hat as well, and he kind of like tips his hat up and he says, "Madam, if you are looking for a criminal, I'm afraid to say that you have come to the wrong goblin. I am an artiste, and I will not be simply endeavoring upon a task of revenge. This Loveless character, I thank him. I do not have a personal grudge against him, for he will inspire me to such acts as to be going down upon history."
So, what's in it for you all? Loveless, she's got a lot of enemies in town. Muglin does too. Are you in it just for the gold then?
Such a mundane response, but of course, does not everything flow with such ichor?
Well, I would call what you would call a realist. I've learned to that a lot of people like to put on a front on who they are, and you never quite know a person until they're held over the abyss, or when they got some money or their own life on the line.
Madame, my name would not be Papa Fancy if all I cared for was material. Of course, I still bleed, I still hunger, I still thirst. A collection of coin is, of course, always useful. There is utility in it, but that does not mean that it is simply my drive. No, I would say that I have more of a fancying for greater things. Tell him, sir. And at this, I gesture to Dom's character, to Div.
Oh yeah.
Indeed, quite the appreciation for the more philosophical.
Oh, I mean, what the little man said, but also it's about the money.
Well, just the other day, I was teaching this Mr. Magnum as to how to be a person. Now, is there no greater question than that? Is that not true, Mr. Magnum?
I've been a person this whole time. I don't know what.
See, what sterling results.
As Magnum talks, you note that his vocal cords glow with like little crackles of fire as he speaks with minor combustions in his throat. He looks up and goes,
Look, you seem to be very interested in the personal. I'll make it very clear. I am interested in killing both of them because they made my existence illegal, and that while I myself am a criminal, am I doing this right, Papa Fancy?
By mere existence, you are a criminal, sir. Yes, continue.
By mere existence, I therefore would like to right that wrong and kill them proper.
Fucking oath, mate.
We are killing them, right? We're killing them. This job. That's the job.
Oh,
we're
there
doing.
will be a murder. Oh, yes, indeed, sir. There will be a murder.
Oh, fuck yeah.
There'll be a murder?
Oh,
Well,
criminal
massive-
intent.
Well, there won't be murder here. We're trying to. I'm going to put you through a test. Let's see. And particularly since you haven't been fully upfront with me, she says, I want to see how you can handle yourself under some stressful circumstances. And I know that this will also bother. It's going to relieve Ambrose Muglin of a little of his gold. So
We're doing a financial murder. I know those kinds.
yes, and
That's kind, mate.
I want to know, Outlaw, how much is it known about? How much do people know who you are or what you are?
The people who I trust, I would say the close circle, are aware that I am a gunpowder person. I'd say most just think of me as some sort of criminal who lives in the wastes and occasionally drops by town. But for all intents and purposes, most people think I'm just a human who's a little strange. But those who are close to me are more aware of the whole gunpowder situation.
And if you had a history of committing crimes that lead to houses or things burning down,
At least a few. There's
okay.
there's a little rumor of like if you get him involved, it's going up in flames every time. Like just be
Pyromania
careful.
isn't a crime. You know, just a little bit of light. Yeah, little
Is it a
light.
crime?
Stay warm, mate.
It's humanity's first invention.
and I see that you guys got some. And I also hired this man here for muscle. And she looks over to Guts Clobber.
I'm actually a doctor.
Okay, what? Is there something I didn't catch? I didn't catch all of the 1,000 Discord messages. What?
Yeah, I'm actually a doctor. You see, I decided to go through med school to try and treat my little sister, but med school's expensive, man.
How do you get ripped like that? Did you go to the...
Well, you see, in order to make money, I then started doing pro wrestling,
Oh,
and
Pro
Yeah.
wrestling industry big this time of year.
no, not really. It was really not a great financial decision. I should have gone all in on my crafting yet, but I could only make a knickknack, so I just wasn't sure if I should just fully commit to that. So I decided that wrestling would probably be better because orc. But then they forced me to play villains all the time. I didn't like that, and then they had me go fight a guy, and then I accidentally hit him too hard, so now I'm a criminal.
Can I ask you something, mate?
Yeah.
Is it? I see a lot of bets being put on the wrestling, but is it above board or is it like?
Oh no, it's all rigged, all of it. It's all scripted.
Well, you would hardly
of
be
course it's
expected.
rigged.
You would hardly be expected to put money upon a game that was not rigged, sir. That would
I
be
put-
foolish.
Just tell me who's gonna win tonight.
I've out of character, Sean. I wonder if there was an effort to rig a match for you to throw a match that you didn't want to throw.
Oh, I was supposed to make it look hard and then let the new hero beat me. So that way there could be the up-and-coming face who's guaranteed to win his next 5 matches. So I'll just say, oh yeah, the new guy, the blonde kid, about 5 feet tall, the people's champ, the underdog. Yeah, he's going to win his next 5 matches in a row.
Sorry, I didn't introduce myself properly. I'm Banjo Bo. What's your name? Sorry, mate.
The name I'm known around here is Guts.
Guts. Pleasure to meet you, Guts. It's very important. I've placed a very large bet tonight. Who's gonna win?
No.
I mean, it seems like it doesn't matter who wins or not. You already placed a bet.
Just need to know.
Well, the new kid, Yellow Germs.
Oh no.
Well, madame, you were speaking of some coin in our immediate future. I believe that it may be all the more urgent.
Well, you'll
Get to
get.
this thing.
Let's say this is a partnership. She says you won't be getting pay. You'll be getting a cut. You'll be
Of
getting
course.
10%.
I've
Each of
always-
you will get 10%.
10%. I mean,
Who's getting the remaining 60? I know math.
it's hardly a
Yeah,
collaboration if we are getting a fifth of yours. Surely.
Well, trust my cut's 10% as well. Trust me. The rest, the proceeds will go towards the next job. Which will, again, this is a test. If you pass the test and you prove your talents, then I've got an idea for. I can set things up for a job that's going to hit Mugland and Loveless directly.
Madame.
Oh, and also, if you need more reason to hate Loveless, there's one guy in charge of rigging everything. And just so you know, it's him.
Oh,
You know.
Deputy
Son of a
Loveless.
bitch.
I do not
Yep.
hold against the man the certain benefits of his career. I heard him in contempt for his utterly egregious personality.
Yeah, that's also fair.
Yeah.
Madame.
Everybody should know Loveless is a lady.
Oh, okay.
Deputy Loveless. She's a
My
half-orc
bad.
female sheriff.
Her
I think
personality.
a deputy sheriff. Okay.
She still likes to get all the shield marshals involved in the betting, and then, make back some of their wages.
So you are saying that there is a civil good that would come from her unfortunate demise?
Yes, I believe I am.
Well then, perhaps poetry shall be written upon it. Is that not true?
I wouldn't know anything about that.
But madame,
Hey, sir.
Now, before we talk about the bigger targets, shall tell you about this other job, which needs to be done before tomorrow noon.
of course,
Yeah.
I'm all business.
All right, here's the game. Ambrose Muglin has a decent portion of his funds invested in an old bank called the Gold Tank Reserve. It's a rundown Temple of Abadar, an Ironside quarter that's mostly used by ranchers and crooked politicians. I happen to know they've set half their clockwork handlers out for maintenance, and they won't have them back until tomorrow afternoon. So this is our chance to hit Muglin where it hurts. All they have to do is bust up the few clockworks remaining, get the vault key from the bank manager, and fill a sack with gold. Once you're done, run out the back. Muglin's got a few crooked shield marshals on his payroll, including that damn bastard, Deputy Loveless. She and her goons are sure to be hot on your tail, but don't fight them. They'll gun you down in a second. If you give them a chance, just run away and they'll look like fools. Nothing's sure to fry the deputy's egg like crooks she can't catch, trust me. You can lose them in the Whaling Scrapyard just west of the reserve. And there's a sewer entrance there, and it'll shoot you straight back to the saloon where you'll be safe. Any questions?
Just a couple. From what? Where did you get this information?
Reliable sources. Well, what information? There isn't much to. We got eyes around town and saw that the clockwork being sent. It's open information that who owns the bank. Is that what you're asking?
I just want to know from whose tongue we're relying upon before we wander in there, ass askew.
My ass is all
this
right.
is
What are you talking
reliable.
about?
My contacts know that they'll pay a price if they don't give any accurate info.
The gold when I can't even do my own accent. Now when we're getting the gold out, What's transport situation? I'm imagining it's going to be a fair bit.
She takes out a bag of holding and gives it to the party. And I'm going to... GM is going to create a party pool. And she also has magical hats. They all are various styles that can disguise you magically.
Hooey! Oh, and I was just gonna suggest some handkerchiefs. Oh, excellent!
So I'm gonna create a party pool actor.
Well, I do declare. How much? We're talking about quite a lot of gold here. We're getting into a vault then. Woo-hoo.
Well, I mean, it's a bank. If we're gonna rob a bank,
we got a bag of holding in a back, sir. Madame, you have just signed up my pension fund. I do declare.
She says, "I'll need these back right quick, though, in good condition."
Well, by all means.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so there are hats of disguise there in the party pool. And my cat Megan wants my attention again.
I'm going to put one of them on my sheet.
So the bank opens. Do you know, Sean? How are you able to separate one hat?
Well, you drag it into your sheet and that says how many do you want to move.
Okay. Who's going to be the bag man?
I'm pretty good at carrying stuff.
Okay.
I'm a little slower than the rest of you on the part of I've got bad knees. I would suggest that someone else is the one to
I'm a little quick run on.
At him, he's actually been carrying around 6 javelins the entire time he's been there.
I'm a little quick run on horsed on my feet too, Colt. So I agree. Give it to the big guy.
I say that a doctor, a man who probably has some level of account about him with strong arms, is probably the best. Yes, I agree.
Right.
So the bank opens tomorrow at 8 a.m., 12 hours from now. And if you want to... I'll leave the details up to you since you are professionals.
Yeah. Do we know how far it is from the bank to the scrapyard? Is it like jump one fence
very
or
close.
is it? Okay.
It's very close. It's just a couple minutes.
So not worth getting like
some
a carriage.
Alleyways.
Waiting.
Let's see.
A carriage?
Yeah.
No. It's through some back alleyways. Yeah, and I'm gonna remind out of character everybody. You are level 1 characters, so sounds like everybody has big egos. All these characters, but
I'm the fastest gun in the entire city, though. I'm level 1. I'm the fastest gun.
I'm just a grappler, doctor, crafter, philosopher who also knows way too much about too many topics and is also good at stealth and also can track things and also is an acrobat. But
I'm
that's not too many things.
regular human person.
Yeah,
I've
I'm a
survived.
standard 14-year-old. I don't know what you mean.
I've made my way through a whole storm.
Yeah.
It was raining.
At least one. There was a lot of rain, and you had no.
Yeah, no, I agree. There was rain yesterday. I agree. That's weird.
While people are chatting, Phoebe whispers over to Guts Clobber, "What? So you're not studying to be a doctor anymore?"
Well, about my sister. I don't have much of a reason to pursue that craft anymore.
Ah, I see. She sees that this is maybe a touchy subject. Okay, what are we gonna say, Papa Fancy?
So, have I ever been to this mic before? If it's a place for ne'er-do-wells, or is it just like more of a politicians sort of like haunt? You know, is the bank is the bank known to be well protected, or is it known to be a bit of a pushover?
It's neither. And you guys do have a few hours if you want to case the area.
Okay.
And ask questions. After midnight, everyone goes to bed. Well, some people. The people you can get info from.
So we ought to have the key to the vault. Gentlemen, we could begin our heist tonight and take the bank manager today. Why, perhaps threaten his family just a little, and take the key from him then.
I agree. We're not here to fuck spiders. Let's just get into it.
Are you Australian?
What's Australia?
Oh shit, they don't know
What do
that
you
is.
know? And he starts reaching down for his journal. He's like, where did you hear that name?
I read it in a book. I went and Papa Fancy handed this thing to me and said, this is the type of person you should be like. And I took this upon myself to grow and prosper under the guidance of an Australian, apparently. But I recently learned that this is... You're saying Australia doesn't exist. This was fiction.
We have to talk, mate. We have to have a chat. We have had very similar experiences recently, and I would love to just cross-reference.
This is more
Papa
of that
Fancy,
shared
why are you
dream
spreading the
now.
lie of Australia? What do you gain?
It is a nonsense land, a coincidence. That is all. There is no such thing as Australia. This foolishness.
What do you know of the Coolabah tree? What is it? What's a
Apparently not enough.
jumbuck? Is it a kind of halfling?
You understand? This all sounds like nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Who
This
would
doesn't take
this
any role
seriously?
play. Imagine. Is it Colt's dream to grow up to be a real Australian? Okay.
Well, it's to grow up to be a real person and pretend that he's a real person, but Papa Fancy's apparently given him a book from Australia and has just said, read this. And he's just gone with it ever since.
Wait, you got it from Papa Fancy?
Yes.
Where did you get that book?
I acquire books on occasion. I am quite educated, sir. Found it in a seminary.
I meant nothing by it. I just want to know where you got the book.
Not every book that passes through my possession that I have myself have read. It was simply a discussion on the model gentleman. I decided that Mr. Colt could stand to learn something from it. If I hadn't known he would have taken on some fanciful term like this Australia and learned about this nonsense place that was clearly a work of fiction that has sprung from the mind of a degenerate author of some kind, I would not have passed upon him this tome. However, now that the damage has been done, I must deal with the consequences. Huh.
Oh, we're talking about Australia, the fictional place where everything's poisonous?
Yeah.
I knew I should have clicked as soon as I started saying nonsense like I'll see you next Arvo. Who the fuck says
I'll
Arvo?
see you next, Arvo.
Just say I'll see you tomorrow like a sensible person.
Exactly. It's totally nonsensical.
Bo starts like going through his book and he's like, see you next Arvo. See you next Tuesday, but I don't know about Arvo.
Jeff, I believe we're getting lost in the weeds upon this fictional place. We should bring our gaze back to our professional
Yeah.
purpose.
Right.
If you have no questions for me, time's a ticking, she says.
So, question: we're supposed to rob the bank tomorrow. Is the key to the vault? Will it be on somebody? Do we need to steal that first? What's that look like?
suppose
We
the
need to blow it
manager.
up.
The manager, who
Manager.
sometimes likes to stay nights. So if you're lucky, you might find the manager tonight. Or
Okay.
the manager's definitely there during business hours also.
If you have been staking out this place, do you know who the manager is? Do you know his place of residence? Does he have a wife? Does he have kids?
Are they particularly susceptible to intimidation tactics? For example,
Are they susceptible
hello,
to
manager.
being-
I have your child. I'm going to kill them unless you give me the key.
Mr. Colt raises a
Yeah,
very
man.
fine
Well-
point. A very fine point indeed.
Very human one too.
Exactly. None could question you otherwise, sir.
Thank you.
So human, mate.
Don't have a lot of info on the manager. Her name is Erikim Dresch. A dwarf fella. But she sometimes stays late to count money. She's either a hard worker or someone who probably takes her own cut. when all the employees are home. Who knows? She'd be the one. Or have one hidden on the premises.
Right. Well, if she's got, husband, wife, kids, dog, cat, whatever at home, we stop by her house, pick one of them up, maybe take them with us to the bank, say, hey, give us the key. If not,
Well, you don't have to go over the details with me. Again, you are professionals, and I did not hear anything.
yeah. Well, could you just leave then? Because we kind of need to have a safe place to talk about this, and I'm assuming that no eavesdroppers here, right?
Oh, absolutely. This is a special room, she says, with significance. And she says, oh, looks like the help needs some help. I'm going to go outside and serve some drinks.
And a couple in here, please, if you wouldn't mind. Of course, we will pay.
Oh, you can serve yourselves at the bar.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can bloody help myself to a couple drinks by the bar.
All right. There's a little bar inside this room.
What? While I'm up, who's having?
Well, it's been a while since I worked as a bartender.
Well,
Okay.
You haven't had.
So,
Right.
what's your plan?
the finest bourbon, first of all, and then we can talk.
Yeah,
So-
buddy, get a couple of bevies in me, see what happens. Might just go rob a bank.
We're gonna get really drunk, and at like 1 a.m. we'll be like, "Do you know what? Let's just go rob this bank now."
Just debuff to shit.
Yeah.
I'm down to for that plan. That sounds like a great plan.
That was a great idea.
No one ever pulled off something like this sober. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, indeed. However, are many firsts. Well, gentlemen, we have ourselves a quest of some kind, no? This is quite a Herculean task.
I think it's just
Yeah.
robbing a bank, actually.
Where's your
Yeah,
sense of grandeur, sir?
I mean,
Oh,
Hercules
no.
also, one of his tasks was just to clean a stable. Could be bigger than Herculean.
Yeah.
It could be. It really could be.
It could be titanic in scope. However, it sounds like the actual mechanics of this thing might not be too difficult, so we ought to make it a little bit more interesting for ourselves if people were to talk about it at a later stage.
Why?
What if we blow it up once we leave? I think
Nah.
we should do that.
Well, the amount of gunpowder we'd need for that, we'd need a...
Who the fuck said gunpowder?
No,
we'd
Mr.
need,
Colt.
We'd
Please,
need,
now
we'd
calm
need
yourself.
we need enough gunpowder to make a whole person out of it. To be able to pull something
Colt
like that off.
draws his gun and goes,
If someone's
Blow
drawing a
them
gun, I
and
draw a
blow
gun.
Whoa!
he's like, actual smoke starts fizzling out of his ears. Just,
Drop it, Mr. Colt. I will have no
And
violence
Guts
in
is
this
just kind of
place.
getting ready to dodge bullets because that is a ability he has for some reason. Thank you, Rogue. Very cool.
Okay, then.
We have intra-party conflict. What's going on?
We can blow it up when I say we blow it up.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Colt. Yes, indeed. Now,
All right,
okay.
guys, let's just try and get the task done. I heard there was information. Information's good. Because, it might turn out that we do want to blow it up. Let's not exclude any possibilities of blowing or not blowing, okay?
At the very least, we should prepare for the eventuality that the bank manager's key is not forthcoming and procure for ourselves some means of opening the vault door without the use of a key.
So if you're saying in some cases this job might in fact be the blowjob.
Why, sir,
Yeah,
I believe
mate.
that is a very eloquent turn of phrase, and it perfectly describes our conundrum, yes.
Yeah.
I know that
I do
can get a
have-
crowbar.
I've
Lockpicking
got
is the one
some...
thing I didn't learn.
Yeah,
Does
I
someone here
don't know
have
how to...
thieves' tools?
I don't know how to use these, and I have a little folded up kit of a thieves tools. I don't really know how to use any of these. One of my old gun runners, this was kind of his sort of thing. I just kind of snatched it up after they shot him. So if anyone wants,
There's still some blood on him.
yeah,
Lockpicking, is that thievery?
That's
It is
thievery.
thievery, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I believe you're in
Papa
luck,
Finn.
sir. I
All
may
right.
have turned a couple of keys into a couple of locks with a lack of key in my time. I'm quite proficient with the old stick in a hole business.
Right. Well, yeah, you take them. Just look after them. Don't break them.
So I'm offended by the thought that I could misuse or mishandle any sort of perfect tool like this. Not at all, sir. Pass him over yonder.
Yeah, hand you the thieves' tools.
I will. I like have to like reach up on, put my hands on the table and like lean across my tiny little arms and take them from. Well, thank you, sir.
Cool. They're going into the party pool somehow. They'll be there.
You can just drag it in.
Also,
You
if
say
you
that, Ron.
look out of the corner of your eye, you can see that Guts is putting a lot of the like bottom shelf alcohols into the bag of holding just for later, and he puts down like a couple silver pieces to pay for it as he walks back to the table without mentioning it.
That is a shrewd thought, sir. That is a very shrewd thought. We'll need such initiative upon our task, yes.
I'll get the next round. Like, not tonight, but like the next time we're drinking, I'll get that.
Yeah,
Well,
you've
why
got
not
that
another
debt you gotta
round?
pay off after making a series of bad bets.
Look,
I mean,
I'm
if we're
hoping
gonna
it
blow stuff
will
up,
come out in the
alcohol
wash.
burns, right? So it just seems like a good idea to have a lot of just right there.
But how are we gonna get that key? We have the way in case we don't get the key. Do we even need to try and get the key if we have a way in without the key?
Well, I mean, we could always just knock her over.
Yeah, I mean, I could do that. Just let me buy a crowbar on the way out, and we can just make it work.
I say that our first goal should be to scope out the environment of the area, see if there's anything down those alleyways that we may run afoul upon. Get an idea of how long it will take us to move from the back of the bank to the sewers, and then we should go and accost this. Sorry, I meant to say we should go and pay a visit upon this bank manager and acquire for ourselves perhaps this key, or if not, then some sort of means to open the vault door.
Yeah, mate, sounds good. I'm putting on the How to Disguise, and as I do, I transform into Colt Magnum. Disguise set,
Hold on.
let's go.
You can't look like me or I'll be incriminated again.
Well,
How to
no, it'll be.
disguise
It's fine, mate.
is-
You can look like me if you want.
Hold on. How to disguise is once a day and lasts for an hour. Do you want to do that?
Never mind, take that off.
Guts hasn't quite figured out how to activate it yet, but he just has a hat on his head. I think that he just has like a very wide brim, like as wide brimmed as you could possibly imagine cowboy hat now.
Everyone can style their own hat.
Nice.
Yeah, I like give the hat a shake and magically strings with corks like fall and hang off it.
What ridiculous
Okay, Papa
fashion is
Fancy
this?
suggests. Papa Fancy suggests going out to the locale.
Yeah,
Check out the environs and talk
Let's
to some
go.
folk.
Let's go.
Okay. So, the stench of manure accentuates the aura of shabbiness in this part of Alkenstar. In accord with the rundown district, the Gold Tank Reserve looms above like a starving behemoth. The bank was crafted from once gleaming stone, though dust and dirt now cake the domed glass roof. The pathway carved from a stone slab leads from the wooden boardwalk to stone steps and an elevated porch, not unlike a small stage. Two small wings of the building flank the path, each with a weed-choked planter facing the street, and there are impressions of giant keys etched on the walls on either side of the entryway. So there's, people. There's the sound of people getting drunk in taverns. There's not a whole lot of noise in this. Well, there's not a lot of traffic in this part of town, and there looks like there is a light inside. flickering in the window.
This bank, it's public, right? It's not like it's a hidden sort of thing. Like it's obvious, it's well marked that it is.
Yeah.
Like, used to be a temple, right? Or like is
Yes,
a temple.
a temple of Abadar.
Okay.
Abadar is the god of money,
Capitalism.
Oh.
capitalism.
Wow.
Yep.
They got a whole god
So y'all
out
can
here?
all do a perception, thievery, or relevant lore check to try to case this bank for a couple of hours.
You know,
I don't
my
remember.
perception's actually pretty good.
So each of you can do that if you'd like, or one of you could spend the next 2 hours just talking to some folk in the area and ask some questions. Or
Oh, sorry, you were gonna.
I've got good people skills, so I could go and talk to them.
yep, you can look for people who work there or people who go there as customers.
Yeah, Mr. Colt, that is a fine idea. Why don't you go and get an idea for the locals, just in case there may be some heroes nearby, perhaps. Best make sure that no one gets involved.
I'll go make sure that nobody would dare get involved if they hear lots of explodings and gunpowder and whatnot.
Yes, I'm
Not
sure
that
there can
would
be.
there.
Of course,
No need to
of
get
course.
specific about it, mate.
Let Mr. Colt handle the specifics. I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
I think I want to just like post up like across the street on maybe I don't know about like how accessible like the roofs of buildings are, but like I think I want to just kind of be pretty stealthy about it across the street and just kind of like keep an eye out for like potential trouble on the way out that we might encounter, that kind of thing.
So you're going to case the place then, essentially, or are you getting like an idea?
Yeah, like not necessarily like trying to case the inside, but I'm gonna be like on the outside, kind of near to where Colt is. So if he needs to run and get me, I can come there. If I need to like run to you, I can run to you. That kind of thing.
Okay.
I was thinking that perhaps I could go inside and open an account in order to get a bit of an idea about who we may be dealing with. I'm going to raise quite the ruckus.
It's after hours.
Oh, is it?
It's after hours right now. Yeah.
Well, in any
We
case,
start at around 8 p.m.
there's nothing to stop an insistent goblin from attempting to open an account at the wrong time. This way, we may need to involve the manager.
Technically, I have an account.
You have an account,
account.
son. You have an account.
Well, yeah, because that's where my paychecks would go from the rigged wrestling matches.
You need to
this
make a
is easy
complaint.
then.
Yeah, make it a complaint, sir. You wish to speak to
No.
the manager post haste.
No, not a complaint. Make a deposit. Deposit of a decent sized, box that could fit, let's say, a goblin in it.
I do not
Well,
like
I
this
mean,
plan.
I think I know a box that could contain a lot of things. As I hold the bag of holding.
I do not wish to spend the night in a bag of holding. I wish to make that very clear right now.
Well, I don't know if you'd be able to spend the night. I don't know if you can hold your breath that long, but but we can try. What's the worst that'll happen?
The worst that happens is Fancy dies, and then we have to take care of the bar. I'm not made for that kind of life.
Thank you, Mr. Colt. Finally, some sense around here.
You'd be a great bartender, mate.
I don't know if you know this, but my hands are like sand. It's very hard to grip things. What happens when they get wet?
Well,
Let's not think about that,
sir.
sir.
I never... Wait, what's up with your hands? Can I...
Shh.
How do you hold a gun?
All in good time. All in good time. Shh. I didn't say anything. Papa Fancy, help me out of this one. I blundered.
Mr. Colt, you're leaking a little out of your glove there, sir. You may wish to...
What is that? It's like sulfurous.
Now, to move the point forward, I perhaps could be convinced to stay within a box. However, an airtight container that has no air within it, such as the bag of holding, I'm a little bit more reluctant to get involved with.
Yeah, well, we could just do a box, you know, or I could put you in a swag.
Will they not check this box?
That's
In any
illegal,
case,
right?
is it not a specific vault that we are looking to strike? What guarantee do we have that that I will be placed within the vault with the money within? Perhaps I
None
wake
at
up
all.
the next. Well then.
Wait, hold on. If the plan is to deposit her as a deposit, that'll be done
Worth a
during
shot,
business hours. So I'm confused. We're talking about staking it out. It's nighttime, and now you're talking about making a deposit.
Well, I mean, we'd make the deposit in the morning.
Okay.
I mean, this is assuming that we don't get to do it tonight. You know, it's brainstorming. No bad ideas.
All right.
I would suggest that while we case the place, that Mr. Guts here raises a complaint and insists to speak with the manager, hence getting an eyeball upon him. And at that stage, tomorrow, you'll be able to point him out when we are making our deposits.
Or our withdrawals.
Well, yes, quite so.
So why do I need to get the manager mad at me?
So that you can then finger him tomorrow.
Yeah, you can finger him tomorrow on the blowjob.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. I don't quite understand, but I'll go with it because you sound very confident.
Listen, just go in, say, this bank is about to collapse. I want to withdraw all my money right now. I don't care if it's after hours.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is Silicon
It's
Valley
next
Bank,
line.
right?
I only have like 3 silver in my account right now.
You must insist upon yourself, sir. You must insist upon yourself.
Have a little confidence, mate.
All right, have a little confidence. As he pulls out like a bottle of alcohol and then swigs it back like entirely.
Exactly. A little bit of
Yeah.
Australian courage never hurt anybody.
What are you talking about? Where did you learn that name?
Okay, so I'm at stage 2 alcohol poisoning. Okay.
Oh wait, I didn't ask for. The only rolls I asked for were perception and thievery, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I was about to ask for inebriation rolls. Y'all, there are no rolls unless I call for it.
Okay.
Okay.
Guts has
All right.
just been poisoning himself.
All right. Now
Haven't we all?
everybody does a fortitude save because you guys were all drinking earlier. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Oh, everybody, there right in the chat. There's the alcohol
Yeah.
card.
And that's
And
coming
you
out of the
can
alcohols I put in
yeah.
the bag of holding.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
You can click DC 12 fortitude. Guts Clobber uses alcohol.
Wait, where is this?
In the chat window, it's the upper right corner.
Oh.
Feeling
Click chat
fine.
messages. It looks like a speech bubble.
Yeah, okay. I see alcohol. DC 12
Yes.
fortitude. Oh, okay, roll.
Nice.
Oh, that is.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's my bonus though. But like that'll still fail pretty much no matter what.
Yeah. Okay. Ronald's rules of rolling means that roll applies to you using your bonus, and you're gonna be actually you're in stage 1 of alcohol poisoning. You have +1 item bonus to saving throws against fear and no negative effects.
Meanwhile, Guts is
Short
flat-footed as well.
Okay.
There's literally nothing that could go wrong with
I ha-
drinking this much alcohol.
I haven't heard the words flat-footed in about 15 years. Could someone remind me what that means?
-2
Well-
circumstance penalty to AC. That's
right.
it.
Okay, awesome. Thank
You
you.
don't have
this
to
edition.
recalculate everything. You don't have to take your dex off and your dodge bonuses off and
Yeah.
all that. It's
Yeah.
just -2 to AC.
It's coming back to me. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no touch AC either.
Oh, okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
There are a couple of clockwork that are visible in the front of the bank that are
Sick.
patrolling the front entrance.
Insist upon yourself, sir.
So it does not look like if this is a time of day where you can just walk in and ask to see a manager.
Insist upon
Clobber.
yourself, mate. You
While
just gotta
debuffed.
insist.
We'll start wandering up to the bank, clearly stumbling because he's drunk.
Uh-huh.
So, I want to get out my money.
They just look like they're surveying the area. They're just looking around at this
They
time.
look across the street and we just look like,
Yeah.
I go back and say, well, guys, I tried everything I could think of.
well,
Sir,
you tried and you failed. What
you-
matters is you failed.
Have you never engaged with some
I
level
see.
of bureaucracy at all, sir?
Well, you see, normally when the people start using big words, I then go back, look up what all the words mean, then when I come back, they've left.
You need to
And
raise
you said
your
you dropped
tone.
out of medical school, yeah?
Yeah.
This is why I keep this book on me at all times. A Bogan's Guide to Australia. I'm gonna.
Colt is gonna walk up to the clockwork individuals.
and go, excuse me, my friend was trying to make a complaint. He requires to
question.
withdraw his money.
What do you guys hold? You're walking down the street. I assume you guys
Yeah.
have no weapons in hand, or
I've got my
I
gun
do
like
have my
holstered.
book.
Yeah, I got my guns holstered.
okay.
It's
Yeah,
holstered
gun
underneath,
holstered. I've got my
underneath the
book in my
trench
right
coat.
hand.
All right. So Colt Magnum walks up to one of them and keep going.
I love the fact that
Excuse
we're all
me,
like
Mr.
across the road, like watching this, like one at a time, walking
Guts
over.
Clobber will be standing 10 feet away, simply because he's like, oh, this is how I'm going to learn how to be confident.
This
Yeah.
is we are effectively asking out a girl for Guts Clobber. Except the girl is a bang.
You just gotta. No, she likes him, man.
And-
Just
No, she likes you, man. You really.
And he's just like a
Turns around and does
7 foot
this
tall,
to the
like,
party.
orc man. Muscle bound, typecast and playing villains, and this is how he acts on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Clockwork Soldier. I must speak to your manager. My friend requires to withdraw their money from the bank immediately.
It's just looking at you like a sentinel. It's like a statue, basically. It's just like this. And
I
it's-
nudge Papa Fancy. I'm like, I think maybe we should try a different way. I think we should just break in. Honestly, I think.
I'm gonna walk up to the
We
front
must wait
door.
until
I'm
tomorrow.
just slowly waiting to see if they will stop me in any way. As I
Oh,
approach
as you
the-
approach the
money.
door, it says, it shines a light out, a beam of light from its face into your direction.
I immediately
And-
stop and go,
Hello?
I'm trying-
Nah, come back, mate.
Can I
And it
recall
point-
knowledge
and-
about
And
these
it points towards the
constructs?
street. Points toward the street. And
Colt-
it holds up
Colt
its other
raises-
hand.
Colt raises his hand and goes, "All right."
All right.
And I back
Can
up.
I recall knowledge about this guy?
Yes.
I am trained in
Um,
crafting arcana, just like pick one of the...
Yeah, you don't know much about these folks. You just know that they are a common feature in Alkenstar. They're often used at banks for nighttime security. Well, daytime sometimes.
How late is it?
It's about 8:30 p.m. and there is not much light in this. How many of you? Some of you have dark vision. Who does not?
I think I do because I'm a goblin.
Goblins do. I think that...
I
I have
do.
low light vision.
Colt only has low light.
Yeah, I got dark vision.
Huh.
We do not
Okay,
want to.
so I just need to create a light source here.
Oh.
Because that means Colt is basically blind right now, unless there's, like, lights around.
Mhm.
I can only currently see Banjo on the character on the map screen. Is that what it's supposed to be, or am I?
That's because that's the only source of light.
If
Okay.
everybody walked near the street lamp, then everyone would be seen.
I can't see my.
Yeah,
own
so, like, Guts
character.
can walk back into the street lamp.
Oh, there he is.
Oh yeah.
I can't see the light, but I think that's just because I have dark vision, so it doesn't matter.
Oh,
I
Banjo's
mean-
supposed to have dark vision. Let me.
Banjo is
Oh,
supposed
no.
to have dark vision. Dwarf.
Oh yeah, now I see the light. Okay.
No, let me fix your sight here. So much to catch up on my end. Here we go.
Yeah, there we go. I like the grayscale.
If you have dark vision, you're supposed to be able to see the whole map in grayscale.
Yeah.
Oh,
sweet.
perfect.
And I'm eventually going to get a magical tattoo that lets me see blood in color.
Oh, everyone talks about the
Sick.
tattoos they want to get, never gets them.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, and these things have lights, so let me make that happen.
Mhm.
Rotation angle. Emission angle, 90 degrees.
I also just want to clarify something. Did they say that half of the clockworks are out for maintenance at the moment and get back tomorrow at noon, or do they leave at noon tomorrow?
No, they come back tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
Oh, I thought they were out tomorrow.
yeah.
Oh,
They were already
Alright.
sent out.
Okay, that changes things a little.
Yeah, that's why I was like, well, I think we should probably just go around back.
But I need a... My issue with this is that I would much prefer to do it while there is a crowd, while there is an audience.
Well, how about this then? You want to run distraction, lead those clockworks over to the tavern where there's heaps of people, get lost in the crowd, loop back around, meet us.
Why would I desire to have a crowd see me turn lily-livered and yellow on my back upon
Well,
a
you could
couple
do
of
it as
combatants?
you could do it as a like, hoo-hoo, chase me, you know, like, chase me.
I do not like this performance that you have in mind for me, and it is, quite frankly, it is quite stereotypical of a goblin to be treated in this way. You may be used to goblins who are happy to scurry and scamper around your feet, but I have much more dignity than that, sir. Now, please,
I'm just trying to figure out what it is that you want. Do you want an audience or do you not want an audience?
Tomorrow there shall be the opening of the bank, and there shall be Papa Fancy, already armed with the key to open the vault, and with a gun, a limber, and clockworks held at bay by the threat of violence, sir.
Well, what? Okay, all right, compromise, right? We go get the crowd in the tavern, bring them here, say, hey, Papa Fancy's about to go beat up some robots, right?
So
They
the
come
plan is
out,
to
you
go
fight
to
the
a
robots,
tavern.
we go around the back.
It must be a robbery. There must be an element of daring do utility for it. And later on, we could spread rumors that we utilize this currency in order to spread it to the orphanage of some such. We need to build some sort of mythology around ourselves. There's no
Question.
Believe me, I get it.
I have a question. You guys all have hats of disguise, and so I do want to know what do you guys want to be notorious? You guys figure that out.
Well, I want to be notorious. Yes.
Guts would rather not be involved in being notorious.
Colt will happily be notorious, as he does not understand why that's a bad thing.
No, sir. You wish to be notorious if you wish to be a
I'm
man.
results focused.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
Bo's pretty
totally.
results focused here. He's not necessarily worried
Maybe
about
it's,
being notorious.
Maybe it's like, wearing your mask is optional. Turning
Yeah.
on your hat of disguise is optional.
Well, my
Yeah,
plan
I
was
think
to
that-
wear a handkerchief and then reveal it at the last moment. For maximum,
Banjo's
you know.
happy to. Banjo's
This
happy-
robbery was brought to you, ladies and gentlemen. Bye.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone
Pretty
was
sure Papa Fancy's my dad at this point. I think Papa Fancy's just my dad,
Oh, I'm
and
the worst
I have a
father.
horrible father.
Yeah.
Father Fancy.
Yeah.
So the plan is we go into the bar, tell them, hey, we're about to rob a bank. They show up to watch us rob the bank in the middle of the night.
Well,
It seems
no,
mighty convoluted.
Papa wants
Why don't
to-
we just get it? Why don't we go wake up tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. sharp and then rob the bank when there's an audience? Then it's
Equal opportunity.
I just rather do
feels
it now. If I have to be honest, if I'm being, if I could bear my soul here, I'd rather just rob the bank without people necessarily watching me do it. I'd rather just rob the bank.
You can have the hat of disguise, Dominic.
No, well, no, it's not. It's not about. I don't care if people see my face or whatever. It's just easier if there's
Mr.
less people
Banjo,
around.
may I ask you a philosophical question, sir? If a
Yeah.
tree falls in the wood and there is no one there to witness the sound, then does it truly fall? If this bank is robbed in the night and
Yes, it does.
No one has any idea or indication as to who robbed it, was it truly robbed? If no one is there to witness it, there must be witnesses, sir.
Yes,
Otherwise, this entire endeavor is folly.
Let me
Better yet, if I kill your...
If that tree fell because I cut it down and I take the wood home and I start a fire with it, then yeah, it did fall. And I
better still, if I kill your dad and no one catches me, who gives a fuck? So I say we rob the bank now. We tell everybody while it's burning up in flames. You can find us. We scream it out to the town and let them know hellfire will come.
You know who's gonna know. You know who's gonna know is Mugland and Lovelace. And honestly, I don't care if anyone else doesn't find out, as long as Mugland knows, and he will, because it's his bank.
Well, look, I have picked up a few little traits from the pirates. I suggest we vote for it, and I would throw my hat in the ring for tomorrow. We are guaranteed to be able to meet with the manager at that stage, who will then have the key, and it, quite frankly, this one here, and I gesture to Guts, will be in a more sober disposition. I suggest that we rob it tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I definitely like to rob the bank when I don't feel like throwing up, personally.
So let us take a vote. All those in favor of robbing it right now, raise their hand.
It's a democratic.
Can we give it half an hour for me to say
All those in favor of robbing the bank.
I really quickly, I look at Guts. I look at Guts and I say, the crimes of larrikins are found so much increased of late, accompanied by violence alarming to the state. And I cast command on Guts to raise his hand.
Guts will raise his hand. He fails the save. I'll just dictate he fails the save.
As my hand raises, you can see it's like a thin cotton glove, and through it, it's kind of glowing red.
Hold on.
Is it obvious that you're casting a spell?
Hold on. The vote was called for robbing it tonight, and you're raising your hand, Dominic?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's all those.
I got confused because
if they want to rob the bank tonight, and then we'll say all those in favor of this morning.
I just want to
he was
wait half
already
an
raising
hour.
his hand. Oh,
I just
Sean
want
just wants to wait half an hour.
rob.
Okay. Okay, what was the vote? I'm sorry, I misunderstood the vote.
All those in favor of robbing the bank tonight. Oh no! And in the morning, I raise my hands in the morning. Well then, we are at an impasse.
We should reconvene tomorrow morning.
I'll be honest, I've never encountered this before. Usually there's an odd number.
Okay, so I have an idea. Okay, and Guts pulls out one copper piece, and he's like, "Okay, flip a coin."
Yeah, go on, mate.
We can't leave this up to the chance, up to fate. Fine.
Sure,
go
we can.
ahead.
And you know what? I'm gonna put 2 silver in as well. 2 silver on
Okay,
heads.
you can flip a coin in Foundry.
No, it's just a little side action, mate.
Flip it 1-2 so that it's clear which is tonight, which is tomorrow.
Okay.
Tonight is 1, tomorrow's 2.
Yeah, sounds
I'm
good.
gonna
do a DC or die coin. So if it's 0, we're doing it now.
I'm putting the 2 silver on against, by the way.
But I wanted a
so we're doing
number. Is that? I don't even
it's
know
a
what
1.
that means.
A D coin is 0 or 1.
Yeah. So that's a 1.
So we're doing it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
So we're doing it tomorrow.
All right.
All right, and there was no 2 rolled anyway. Okay, so it's tomorrow. Okay.
No one took any side action, did
Finally.
they? So I'll just take that silver back.
Mother
At least the
Fate
coin's got
Okay.
good sense.
But Mother Fate has dictated our path. We
Yep.
must follow her and her.
I agree.
All right,
Now,
let's do-
gentlemen, we should drink.
Well,
No, not right now.
I'm gonna go actually talk
feels like
around
you
to-
twisted it.
I'm gonna go
twisted
talk
my
to some
arm right
people.
Oh yes, of course. And,
Okay.
Guts,
Yeah.
seeing as you're probably too unstable to be drinking tonight, sir. Whilst look after Mr. Colt and also perhaps stake out the place.
Okay, I can do that.
Anybody
I'll
want to
bring
do
you.
anything like that tonight, or talk to people in the taverns? You can do so.
I will go to the tavern and ensure and keep an eye upon Miss. What's her name? The tavern keeper. The one who set us up.
Oh,
this job?
there are other taverns that are closer to this
Yeah.
place that are different.
What's her name, though?
Phoebe Dunsmith.
Yeah, it was
Phoebe
Phoebe.
Dunsmith.
Yeah, I will go to the tavern with Miss Dunsmith and just keep an eye upon her. Make sure that she isn't sailing us down Anna Rivers.
All right.
I think
Anyone else want to declare what they're doing?
I'm going to post
Colt?
up with Guts and stake out the place.
Okay.
Colt is going to go and patrol local taverns as well as like wherever there's local wildlife. Nightlife, maybe is the better term, and talk to people in and around, get their vibe of the bank, like how rowdy is
Okay.
this area? Who patrols here? What do you do? Like, where do you work? Like, and all that jazz.
Okay, we're gonna go back to the saloon where y'all report back, and Papa Fancy, things look pretty. She's just doing her.
Mm-hmm.
She's not having any secret conversations with anybody, if that's what you were wondering. There's a
Yeah.
few other patrons in this bar.
Yeah.
And Colt can can gather information, which took 2 hours, and it's a diplomacy check, skill check.
Okay.
And Papa Fancy and Banjo can each do either thievery or perception,
Just
or an Alkenstar lore.
an FYI, if I do get too drunk, Papa Fancy is likely to tell people about the bank robbery. Like he'll say things like, "You should keep your eye upon the news tomorrow, sir," and like tap his nose, like really knowingly, and things like that.
Okay.
So this is
That's
Ah.
a 23 from Colt for the diplomacy check.
Yes. Okay.
so thievery. Yeah, I'll take a thievery check. Oh, it looked good for a moment.
Okay, Banjo, you see that that the outer walls of the building are solid stonework, and the domed ceiling of the main chamber is slightly cracked, and each entrance has new wooden doors with simple locks. You can tell that from afar. And you also find out it's a quiet neighborhood where at least half the buildings are abandoned. And you think that a ruckus at this bank is not likely to immediately draw the attention of shield marshals.
Cool.
And
that-
you were talking to people around the taverns. What were you trying to do, Colt? Like, were you trying to look for particular people, or?
I was probably gonna I'll look for anyone if they worked at the bank. Anybody like trying to get a vibe of like if anybody works there, if they invest there, if they, like anyone's business in and around that area. If they work for the bank, are they in tomorrow? That type of situation. And also,
All right.
how much do they like the bank? And stance.
Well,
on
you
things
see
like
somebody who looks down in his luck, who's drinking, staring straight ahead, not with anybody. Who, when you introduce yourself to him and ask about the bank, he says, "Oh, that he uses a that hellhole. Is that what you mean? That dead end?"
I never, my parents always used to say that banks was a lovely job and a good career. What do you mean by that?
Career. That woman's a liar. I've given 12 years. 12 years now. Counting monies, putting things in boxes, dealing with crap customers.
Can understand that. I work as a barista.
Barista. Yeah, sounds terrible.
It's awful.
Dead end job like mine.
Why is
Just
it?
got Can
Just
I
get past the
can I
promotion?
spill my soul to you? He looks
If
at you,
that's
he's
your,
like really drunk.
if that's your wish, I'm willing to receive your soul at this moment.
You smell funny.
Now, what the fuck did you mean by that?
It's like, is there a lot of smoke around you or something?
I'm one to partake in various herbs and rolled goods when I'm out on the road for my barista job that I have,
gunpowder.
like a human.
Well, I'm just saying. I was supposed to get promoted. They said they were gonna bring me in, bring me in the inner circle. And they said I had a meeting with the manager yesterday. And you know what they told me? They told me, Byron, loyal employee for 12 years, that I was gonna get an extra shift on Star Day. And someone else was getting the promotion. I'd sure like to see that. If somebody, you know what? I don't care about that place anymore.
I see. And who would be getting that promotion? You know, who's getting there? And I mean, if you really wanted to, see the place go up in flames, what would you say? You know, if you could let one big daring secret out to the world to make sure that this place be damned, what would you say, my friend Byron?
He looks you dead in the eye and said, if that place were to burn tomorrow, I'd be laughing all the way home.
That's good. That's a sweet image, Byron. That's a sweet image. You know, I like you. I like you.
And he holds out an empty shot glass to you and says,
I clink it with my glass of water.
that place, and I hope that manager's in there too. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't care anymore.
What's her name? What's her name again? Erica or whatever?
Irkum. Call her Miss Dresch.
Miss Dresch.
Miss Dresch.
Mm-hmm.
She can burn in hell is all I don't care.
Where's she usually around about now and then if you're so intent? So
Well,
bold.
She always orders us out of the bank. Wants her privacy or something. You know, I think she's probably taken from the till. And who do you think gets blamed for something if something's miscounted, huh?
Is it you?
Sometimes, even though I did my job. Burn in hell.
When does she usually go home then if she's out counting money all night? Does she just sleep in the bank?
I don't know. But no idea.
Well, this has been an enlightening conversation, Byron.
He orders another shot.
Mm-hmm. Is there a secret entrance to the bank, Byron?
Byron, I'm gonna be straight with you.
Now, why would I tell you that? And he says, I'm not judging.
Well, frankly, don't tell anybody this, but I hate banks. Big bank hater. You know, and
Yeah, he hates the idea of other people doing things with his money to make money, you know?
yeah, that's nonsense.
Really hates the way economy works, you know? Feels like a big scam.
The only thing that big money, big problems. That's what I say. And you know
what? I'll tell you this: if just as much
Did I
as
do
2
that, Wyatt?
cents,
Did I do it?
You did it.
if 2 coppers are go missing, if two gold pieces are missing, I'd get in trouble. But if 2,000 gold's missing, see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Byron get in trouble. Probably blame it on some thief.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
And if
tell
there
you
was
what.
some hypothetical thief that existed in this world, and they happened to share a face with mine, hypothetically speaking, all you need to do is tell me where the secret entrance is, how to get there, and what steps need to be taken. However,
He
I
offers
should
up the
warn you
glass.
that if you double cross me, Well, let's just say Byron's going to be going to hell with Rika very, very quickly.
I have no reason to double cross a friend.
Hell yeah.
And he says, well, there's no secret entrance, but he puts his hand in his pocket. He says, there is a key. He holds it back. Now, when were you planning on using this?
No particular day. Maybe if I was to use it, if I was this hypothetical thief, between the hours of now and tomorrow before noon.
If anything went missing, they're going to ask everyone for their key. And if I don't have a key by the time I go to work tomorrow, it'll be my head.
When do you go to work tomorrow?
9.
Seems like if we do the mission, if I was to rob the bank at 7, I could probably get this to you by 9. If I at 8:30, if I meet you in this bar, perhaps, or maybe in the scrapyard. Maybe. Where would you recommend?
GM says, your getaway plan was to go into the sewers.
We go to the sewers and then where will we head? I don't want him. Just in case he is gonna double cross us, I don't want him meeting us in the sewers with the constabulary.
The sewers leads you back to the saloon, the Barrel and Bullet Saloon. So that could be a meeting place. Yeah, the bank opens at 8.
He goes into work at 9. He said.
Yeah. It's extremely tight though, because everything would have to go to plan.
I mean, who cares?
That's a him problem.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a him problem if this goes wrong.
I was thinking we'd pin it on this dude anyway.
Yeah, you never got your name. It's sweet.
Banjo Bo, by the way.
Pleasure to meet you.
Well, at the very least, you could probably meet me at the Bullets and Barrel Saloon at about 8:30-ish. Have your key in your hand by then. You sprint your way to work, and then nobody's the wiser about our little meeting tonight.
He says, this sounds good. Hey, how about I get a little something, too? You're probably going to get a lot more than a gold piece, right?
What you're getting out of this is the satisfaction of knowing that your bullshit job just got sent up in flames.
He hands you the key.
I take it and I pocket it.
Bullets and Barrels, 8:30.
And I do-si-do my way on out. Immediately.
He extends out his hand for a handshake. Okay. And is there any apparent anything weird when he shakes her hand?
When he shakes the hand, he feels this forced rigidity of the shake of Colt trying to maintain structure within himself. It feels a little bit like holding a sandbag. Just like that. That's so dense but loose. And
all right, he says, he kind of looks at you, to his hand, and looks up at you. And I never caught your name.
Call me Bo.
Bo?
You son
Bo
of a
done.
bitch.
Byron's mine, he says. All right. Okay. We are back at the Barrel and Bullet. Okay.
Very nice. Well done. Yeah.
I am going to assume that enough time has passed for me to repeat enough fort saves to the point where my alcohol poisoning has gone away.
Yeah, I assume you did not fail 7 in a row.
Yeah.
You can die from alcohol.
If you drink too much of it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, people are starting to file out. Phoebe's closing the place, and she said, I hear, I see there hasn't been any news yet." She gives you a wink. "Well, I'm going to have to kick you all out. Unless you want to pay for a room."
I'll take the exit from down below.
Okay.
Basically,
All right.
what I'm getting at is I want to leave via the sewers because I want to see what the journey is like before we're like being chased. Do you know what I
a
mean?
good
Like,
idea.
Yeah.
I want to make sure
That's
there's
a
no
good
like
idea.
bars that are locked or something when we get down there. And we're like, oh, whoops.
No silver crocs.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. If you want to do that, you will be fatigued the next day because it's about 8 hours away. If you want.
Oh,
to
it's
rob it
quite a
in the
journey. It's quite a journey, is it?
Okay.
What does
It would
fatigue
be
mean?
-1 to armor class and saving throws, and no activities outside of encounters.
That
Like-
is very rough for a heist because it means you can't like avoid notice. You can't like sneak around. You know.
Yeah. Although, who's sneaking? My plan was to jump up on top of the cabinet and fire my gun in there and say, "This is a robbery!"
Yeah. But do you want to have bags under your eyes when everyone sees you do it?
Makeup, sir, makeup.
The wonders of concealer.
Powdered cacti, sir. Powdered cacti.
You need to get a disguise kit for that.
Or a
Okay,
hat of disguise?
Can I? 'Cause
Oh,
this
yeah,
is-
hat of
my,
disguise.
my intention was to take the trip through the sewers beforehand. Can I have done that to get to this bar? If you know what I mean. On the way over.
Okay, since
So it spent the night.
you did not spend any time doing anything else, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Okay. It was pretty straightforward. It went by the directions she had. It went under some of the gutters in town.
Mhm.
And yeah, nothing else remarkable happened.
Okay. Cool. So it looks all square then. It looks like it's actually possible.
It does.
Yeah.
It looks like she gave you good information.
Okay. Cool.
And yeah,
Okay.
just wanted to report. Looks like just simple locks. You should be able to get through them with those tools I gave you. Wood doors if we got to bust through like old guts here. And it looks like it's got a big crack in the roof. I don't know if we need to, we can blast through that, but probably.
Also, would I be able to purchase
Yeah,
a
if we got a
crowbar by
key,
the time
you
we
need
do this
that.
heist?
Yes.
Excuse me, Mr. Colt seems to have procured for himself a key. Did you happen to murder a manager as well on your way?
Did you kill someone?
You rascal!
Kill someone, didn't kill someone. Discover someone is deeply saddened by their life state in a dead-end job, and merely encourage them to further those sites. Who's to say? All I can say is I did talk to a guy named Byron, and he gave me the key.
Well, I'm deeply proud. I must-
Fucking oath, mate. That's
I correct myself.
Oh.
There was a ring of 4 keys.
Oh.
key each.
Are they
They're
all
all
the same
different from
key?
each other.
Mm.
No.
That is a most excellent piece of fortune that you have delivered to us. What doors does it? Is it for the vault or is it for what do the keys unlock?
I don't know. He just kind of gave them to me. I didn't really question further. He was very drunk, and I was very careful with my language, to making sure that there was no way he could ever think that we're committing a robbery tomorrow.
Good.
Well,
Yeah,
good.
no names then.
Yeah.
Oh no, I did give him. I
scratched
gave him
Gus
your
has
name
had, like,
actually.
Yes, we were very
You,
careful
yeah,
doing
no.
this.
What
no.
did you give him?
Just more like
no,
blowing up.
You gave- what? I gave him my
your-
name.
Yes. So that you wouldn't
Why
think it
didn't you
was
give
me.
him like Papa's name? Papa wants to be caught.
I
But
do
yeah,
not
but,
wish
like,
to
I
be
don't
caught.
look like
Just
I
a
don't
notoriety.
look like Papa though.
That is true.
How are they
It
gonna...
makes more sense to give your name in conversation.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I do.
I'm gonna try my best to move past this.
Do not worry,
I mean, how many
sir.
just...
It will only add to your bounty, sir, which is not a bad thing at all. Last I saw it, it was quite low.
Yeah,
your
having
bounty was
having
like
a low
$2.
bounty is actually like a good thing.
Not at all.
Like I don't necessarily want like a high bounty.
You're
This guy ever committed a crime before?
Yeah, but you wouldn't know it, would you?
I think that
That's
Mr.
good.
Colt. I think that Mr. Colt has performed very adequately in this endeavor. I do not think that we should speak ill of his gumption.
No, I'm not trying to disparage the results. I'm just
There has been a
Because-
little bit of breakage in terms of your reputation, but nothing we can't move past.
yeah.
Very good.
Hey, you've got an RPG prop. Okay, cool.
I'm a wanted man.
Look. I just didn't particularly want necessarily Muglin to know that I was within city borders, you know?
Then all we need to do is be successful. This Byron sounds like a trustworthy character.
Yeah, well, I mean, you couldn't trust him with the keys to the bank, though.
Oh no.
In all fairness, Bo makes a good point. The entire reason this
I
is
mean,
an opportunity
you
is
see,
due to a lack
if
of
they
trust.
just paid my
Yeah.
man better, adequately compensated him for his labor, then we wouldn't be in this mess.
No,
I'm
that's a
just
good
saying.
point. How much did you pay him?
Very, very fair, actually.
Yeah, you paid him, right?
Why
Well,
would I do that?
you see, we're paying him in vengeance
Because-
against his employer.
Well,
The
because-
money's mine. He should be
yeah, but
paying
the whole,
me. He's
but
a
the whole
he's,
reason.
pa-
Okay,
he's
right.
paying me. He should be paying me for committing this act of vengeance against his wrongful employer.
Yeah.
What have
You mean
promised
paying
him?
Bo? You mean paying Banjo Bo? Because
Well, I
that's
gave him
who,
your
that's who
deal.
he thinks is doing it.
Now let's not quibble. Let's not quibble. This is a collective effort. We are collaborating on
Yeah,
this. So
look,
all money
I'm gonna
retained
move
is to
past
be,
it.
Yes, split upon. Yes.
You just got to give me a.
However, what
I'm
did
going
you
to the
promise
bathroom.
him then? You promised him vengeance of something. Do we need to murder the manager? Do we need to?
I may need
leave
to
a
light
will?
everything.
What
on
is this?
fire. I may need to light everything on fire on the way out. Sorry, it's not sorry. It's non-negotiable.
We have to
Well, I
burn
could leave
down
a
the
poem.
bank.
Yeah.
I'm not against this. I think it's quite an interesting development.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Very good.
You've already fucked me.
This is not necessarily just the GM speaking. This isn't really an enforceable contract. So I don't know if anyone needs to worry about actually burning it down.
I'm not
against it.
particular. Sorry, Byron, didn't blow up the bank. 'cause-
Well, okay, yeah, but
He
I-
can't put you in court for that.
Yeah.
you know?
yeah,
you put
but
down.
I mean,
I
we do
employed
have-
them to rob a bank.
I mean, but it's, but it.
And
but
they
it is
didn't cause
my
enough
name.
mayhem.
The worst that would
Yeah.
happen is that Banjo gets arrested. That's the worst thing that could happen.
Well, not even that. I'm for burning it down. I mean, I don't want to like have a reputation as someone that goes back on a deal.
Oh well,
I would go back on that deal, but I don't want people to know that I would go back on that deal. You know?
of course.
Seems like you're a very not trustworthy sort.
Well, sure, but that's just because you know me.
We're all the rogues and ne'er-do-wells here. Except for Mr. Guts. I think he is just a failed student.
That's a rude way to put it, but
My apologies,
and
but
you
you're,
can see him just like completely deflate like in front of you.
Oh, we'll get
He
you.
just
Yeah.
shrills up.
your
all that
studies were a
muscle
loss,
just-
son. There's nothing more the way I can put it. I cannot sprinkle anything more on that bow.
You got so many other natural talents. Like, why are you wasting your life?
Papa
on
Fancy's
medicine
a
for?
straight shooter.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, notorious voice in the wind.
Okay. Is it? Are you now getting a good night of rest?
I mean,
I
if we
think
have
this
the
calls
key,
for
we could just-
celebration. The key has guaranteed our success.
Yeah, so that means we're going now, right?
Gonna drink some more.
I think so. I think this is like. I think we've nailed it. We got the key. We're it's smooth sailing from here on in. I think we drank
well, I mean, like, what's
Okay.
one more drink, you know?
one ball at least.
All right,
more
Phoebe
after this
says
one.
she's closing the bar, but she'll pass if you can pay for rooms, then she'll let you have a drink after hours.
Will you take an advance? I have some money coming in soon.
You make a good point.
That is true. She
Sid,
does have money coming in soon.
but I am also a businesswoman.
Okay.
I'm not going to take any risks that I don't have to.
So let's just get 2 rooms then. I'll
Okay.
cover it for the party.
Oh, much obliged, Mr. Guts. Much obliged.
We'll get the next one, guys.
Yeah, here's an
Cheers, mate.
IOU.
Yeah, mate. We'll get the next one.
Yeah,
I like that,
Go.
Mr. Guts. Okay. You give everyone a formal appellation, right, Papa Fancy?
Of course. As is only good
Yeah.
and proper. Yes.
Okay. Sir
Also, I
Guts.
need to figure out what Guts' real name is, because that's his stage name.
Okay, I'm just looking. Somebody knows this. Just a night at an inn is. Here we
I
go.
thought it was around 2 silver when you last mentioned it.
Oh no, 1 silver per person. No,
Oh,
private
so-
room is 8 silver. Private room for 2 is 8 silver. Okay, there you go.
Well, then I can cover 1 room.
Okay.
It's alright. I got me swag. I can sleep on the floor.
I shall take the bed.
Okay.
I'll pay for. How much is a private room?
8 silver.
It's,
Well, there is a common room where every bed is just 1 silver. You can also sleep in a common room, but you're gonna have to deal with people. Is this because you have to disaggregate into a pile of ash?
yes. I believe it would be most uncomfortable for other people.
You'll need a private room for 8 silver.
I pay the 8 silver.
Bloody la dee da.
You need to share your secret with somebody to save on funds.
What if they try and put me in a gun?
You can.
All right.
There's only one type of gun that Guts uses, and it's attached to each arm.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay. It is now the next morning. Guys can get up bright and early at 7. Get a morning pick me
All
up.
right.
I'm not really more.
do
I'm
it.
not really
I'll
much
move
of a
8
morning
value worth of
person.
silver.
Oh,
Papa Fancy, difficult.
I know. You just said we'll rob it at 8 a.m.
guys, we have to do this first thing in the morning.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Guts will just lightly.
Is there a taskmaster in the group that's like the manager that make sure
I think
everybody's
that
on
would be
point?
like Guts' job, because like I think that he just have a monocle and like his
Yeah.
journal where he then just has each time slot exactly laid out. He's like, "We have to be up and moving in 15 minutes. I gave you an extra 5 minutes of rest. Be thankful for it." And he just like starts going around because now he has a schedule to give him authority.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Banjo's a like sun's up, I'm up kind of guy. Like he's up boiling kettle,
Oh, okay. Very good.
boiling his little billy he's got.
We should stop for breakfast first. However, we cannot be expected to do this upon an empty stomach. It's not healthy.
Yes, breakfast. I allocate
Yeah.
10 minutes for breakfast. Eat
It's
quick.
your plan, mate.
You can get breakfast at. Oh, did I not put you all in? Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, you can get breakfast.
This was a bed and
I'm not
breakfast
going to
scenario.
charge you.
Oh, good. Oh, most excellent.
I'm just going to track weekly spending, which comfortable lifestyle is 1 gold a week. That's all.
That's all.
Oh, we'll be spending a lot
I'll
more. than
live
that
on the
after this.
less comfortable one for cheaper. Whatever the less comfortable one is. And
Okay,
that'll
look it
be
up
me.
if you insist on that.
I
Yeah.
mean, Guts usually
You don't have to
subsists
spend
by his
anything
wrestling
yet.
career.
Yeah. I think Banjo would prefer to live on the less comfortable one. He has his little billy, like he has everything he needs to live, like in his swag on his back. You know, it's a big fucking bag. Could
Yeah.
fit a whole jump
Okay.
buck in there.
Okay.
Excuse me, barkeep. I need. It leans in real close. Do you have salt? I need
Of
as
course
much.
we do.
Put it on the plate, please.
All right. She gives you a queer look, and she sprinkles some salt on the plate.
I'm gonna
And
need
she
more
says-
than that. I needed like a pile about an inch and a half long and wide.
All right,
Red
you're
black
buying
vibes.
something this morning, right?
I put a sil. I
She's
put. I
She's
put
ready
2
to
silvers.
unscrew the top.
I put.
Uh-huh.
How much? How much do what I need to pay for this?
A copper. She
Uh,
takes it.
That's like that. 1 silver is 10 coppers.
Yep.
Yes.
It's in a base 10 system. Pathfinder
Nice.
uses metric for gold.
That's really nice. That's really good to hear.
Okay.
In the
Just a
land of
copper.
Canada.
All right.
I pay the cop-
empties
Yeah,
the salt
1 plat is 1
shaker.
kilo copper.
Yeah. I I give the copper, and then Colt just dumps the salt into his mouth.
Okay, we're good. Thank you.
All right, she's just wiping the shot glass and like walking away,
You right, mate?
shaking her head.
You got some diet there.
It's good for the muscles when you
Oh,
run.
do you frequently eat salt
Is
every
it?
day? I can factor that into our meal plans.
Just the salt's fine.
Okay.
He misses the ocean. That's all. There's nothing more to understand.
Oh, you coastal.
See,
Oh, you
I just
you
went
ain't
to
from
medical
out
school
Shackles
before
way,
I
are ya?
could figure out what the disease is. So,
You
figure it out later.
Like, you ever been to the ocean and like the salt? Like, you see wild animals? They licking those salt rocks all the time. I'm horribly deficient.
Yeah, I'm not an animal though.
That's what
Could
you
have fooled
fucking
me.
think.
The snoring on you last night.
You didn't have to. Yeah, whatever.
Last I checked, you slept outside. That's what animals do. I slept happily indoors.
I didn't
Like
sleep
a human.
outside. I slept on the floor, and even then, it was in my swag. All right. I mean, I got everything I need right here.
What is a fur coat but portable swag?
All swags are portable. That's what makes
Okay.
them a swag.
And therefore, animals have fur coats. Therefore, it is a permanently attached portable swag. I don't see your point.
He's got you
No,
there.
actually, no. I think that. Bucket, can I get some salt?
I've had enough salt for the day. No more salt, she says.
That's all right. I think I
Yeah.
got some in here somewhere. I start rummaging through my bag.
Okay, she's giving everybody whatever people eat
What do
in this
goblins eat?
town for breakfast. Ooh, gross stuff
Ooh.
like the discarded parts of the pig.
Dogs.
You know, buds.
horses.
With
Buds,
pickles for
eggs.
dessert.
Mm.
They like pickles. That's the one vegetable
Yep.
they like.
Oh. Okay. I'm trying to figure out whether or not Papa Fancy eats like a human because he was raised by humans, or whether or not he eats like a goblin. You know, this is culturally
Hmm.
ingrained. I think I'll eat like a human. You know.
I got some eggs here. You want some eggs?
No.
Oh, eat. Oh, I misunderstood that sentence. Okay.
Oh, eat a human.
Okay.
Got any long?
All right. Yes, you'll eat like a human. Yes.
Yeah.
It's just that you have, sharp teeth, and so, you're
Need
more of the
something-
carnivore.
Yeah. I'll take like meat. I'll take like some beef. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
raw.
something I can chew. Yeah, something I can chew. I'll leave it
All
with
right.
a knife and fork.
They provide that. There's also bacon. You like bacon?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
So
very
Give me-
good.
Guts is gonna have his normal thing when he stays here, which is a 1 egg over easy, 1 egg scrambled, a 1 egg omelet with a side of bacon and a little beef patty.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
You're actually making me hungry.
Damn, I want
Okay.
Uh,
If you're eating like this, I may not charge for a poor lifestyle at the end of the week. Okay.
I don't think I can afford this in
All
real
right.
life. 4 eggs? That's insane.
Yeah. In this inflation,
3 eggs.
It's all that, muscle to maintain.
Oh, I guess.
Mhm.
Protein. Gotta get
All
lots of
right.
protein.
Any other business? It's getting to be 7:20 now.
I'll
Okay,
lazily
let's
eat my...
clobber. You're a little behind.
We gotta get down there. All right, if we hustle, we can get there.
Okay.
All right,
yes,
I'm
well,
ready.
When you arrive this time, there is more of a hustle and bustle in the area.
Oh,
Do
we have a plan? Have we discussed the plan? Did we...
we break
Is it-
Our
in.
plan was to go in.
It'll figure itself out.
I thought your plan was to just start shooting at
Well,
civilians or whatever.
My plan was to raise my gun, fire it in the air, and scream that this is a robbery, me giving you the cover to go and deal with the manager. I'll perhaps point my gun at a few of the civilians and say, now nobody move and nobody get hurt. And if any of the clockwork creatures attempt to dissuade me from threatening the customers, I will scream that I will shoot, sir, I will shoot.
I like that idea. Rest of us put the hats of disguise on as civilians, so that way, while ruckus is happening, we get in with the key.
Exactly.
Okay.
Sounds pretty good
Sounds
to me.
good.
Yeah.
We are back at the bank. The clockworks are there still, but their lights are not on.
I think we probably put on the hats of disguise before we get to where the clockworks can see us.
Sure.
Mhm.
Sure.
They
It
last for
lasts
an hour, so...
Yeah. Okay.
All right, and Guts is like 6'8", super bulky build. So the hat of disguise will just make him a 6'2" human with a bulky build.
Ah, okay. Very good. Feel free to, you see traffic going in and out of the place.
We should probably go in split up. Like we shouldn't go in as a group. Like you know what I mean? Like we should filter in like separately, and I'll go in last basically. You guys all get into position, scope the place out, and then I'll go to move.
Just can't
Colt's
be too
gonna
staggered.
put on when he puts on his hat, he disguises himself as Byron.
Yeah. No, that's perfect because you have the key.
Yeah, I have a
That's
key.
incredible. Yes, I love it.
Oh, wait, hold on. I don't think you can look like a specific person without
You
the
can't look
higher
like a
level
specific
disguise.
person.
Oh, really?
User disguise,
No, this is dookie.
It also
Way.
doesn't
Yeah.
disguise your voice or scent, so people could smell the
Just
salt.
still
grunt,
smell-
just grunt in response to things.
Yeah, mate.
Okay. Well, did I miss
Hold on,
anything? I was focused on the map for a second.
I'm disguised as a very short human.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
We're gonna filter in.
I'll go in last. Yeah.
Yeah, like give it like a couple
All
minutes
right.
between each
You can
person.
move yourselves. Go ahead.
Oh.
Just gonna walk right on in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Inside, there are worn stone floors and threadbare furniture that define the aesthetic of this establishment. A central wooden table crosses parallel to the doors. There's a barrier. It creates a barrier between those waiting for a teller and the long wooden half wall bisecting the room between north and south. There are iron bars that stand on top of this half wall and reach nearly to the ceiling, ending in sharp points. Sounds of business echo throughout this large chamber, which carries the dusty odor of decaying furniture. The southern half consists of teller stations and two wooden doors, flanking a large metal vault door on 6-inch thick hinges. A single door in the half wall allows passage between the two halves of the chamber. A double door opens to, well, what you just walked through, and there are doors in the northwest and northeast corners. Okay. So there are people standing in line. It's your usual folk, some of them armed, some of them not, who are just milling about, making their dirty deposits and dirty withdrawals.
Cool. I'm gonna cast message to Colt, which is just basically I can like send a little whispered message. He can respond, saying, "Did you get which door that we actually got to go through off Cobber?"
No.
Yeah, right.
You're welcome, by the way.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Cheers.
Oh god, it's so good. I'm nervous, guys. Out of character. I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I'm
the,
nervous.
The music is like helping
Yeah.
a lot. Like,
Where are the doors that I can see?
There's, well, I'm looking at your point of view. What can you see? You can see
I can
windows
patrol
going to the
around.
back half of the room, and you can see a vault door here, and you can see that there's a door back here. You see that, and there's also you see my ping,
Yeah, I've seen it.
oh yeah.
and there's also a doorway here, in addition to the vault door in the center.
Interesting. Cool. I guess we
and
just gotta wait
while
for.
you're not in an encounter, just tell me. I'm just going to assume you're all either you're all in Pathfinder. You get to focus on a particular activity, and people usually work things out divide roles among the groups. One is to scout, so that everyone gets +1 initiative if combat breaks out, +1 circumstance bonus to initiative. Another is to focus on anything that you can think of, like casting a spell every turn or avoiding notice.
Yeah, I'd like to be
Searching for
constantly.
hidden things.
I'd like to be constantly casting message and just checking in with each person. So
Okay.
I'm
Can we
there and I'm
message
just
you
kind of
back?
like muttering on. Yeah, you get to give a brief response as a reaction.
Okay.
But you have to be able to see me and be within 120 feet.
You do mouth the words quietly, though, so it will look suspicious if people
Yeah.
are
You're
observing.
standing.
But I do have a big bushy beard, so I'm kind of like, you know. But yeah, I'm just like there. I'm just kind of like muttering a little bit.
You can't use it too often because of that reason.
Yeah, it's just periodically, like it's every like minute or so.
Okay.
I'm not constantly muttering, but it's just every now and then I'm just like, yeah, maybe.
All right. Anybody else?
So I was gonna give you guys like a minute to get into your position, and then I was gonna burst in and be the distraction essentially at that stage.
Colt is gonna situate himself in this chair right here. These are all civilians, right? These little dudes.
Your typical Alkenstar civilian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colt is gonna situate himself and scout as best he can, getting ready to threaten them with a Spitfire or a retextured haunting him, ready to just breathe fire on these fools.
Nice.
All right.
Getting as many as he can.
You note that these are typical Alkenstar civilians, and that about a third of them came packing heat.
How much does a civilian typically have? How many? Is this a meta question? Like, how many hit points a civilian typically has?
Sounds like
in
a cool
Pathfinder?
knowledge roll.
6, 7, 8, maybe.
Okay.
I don't think it's meta. It's something you would know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, a number of people are armed in this bank.
Nice.
You notice that much, and it looks like there are rich people as well as some regular folk.
Awesome.
Guts will just be in the corner reading a newspaper.
Okay.
Not pretending to read a
the-
newspaper. He's actually like, oh, this is
He's
interesting.
actually reading the newspaper.
Reading
He was
gross.
going to pretend to read it,
Yeah.
but then he saw something that was interesting, so now he's doing the crossword.
Who has the key?
I have the key.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Okay.
Do we have names? Did anyone want to be called names? Because otherwise, I'll just call you by your
Call
real
me
name.
Colt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can call me Banjo Bo.
Mr. Banjo, Mr. Colt, if you would please. Okay, cool. Sure, I'll just use everyone's nicknames.
I think that Guts, if you just have anything that is just aggressively hyper masculine, he'd probably respond to it.
Like Colt Magnum.
Yeah, Colt.
Colt Magnum, Banjo Bo. Okay,
Nice.
that's the name.
Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah, no one will ever know who did this
Hey,
crime.
big man, get your butt over here. You know, just
Yeah. All right.
I
Well,
figured that even if I gave Papa a fake name, he'd just use it anyway because he wants us to become notorious.
no, he doesn't want. He won't. You know, like he doesn't want you to take on any risk that you would prefer not to. But you know.
Or any of the glory.
Well, that's true. Okay, well, in that case, then, after a minute or so, I will go to head into the bank. And as I walk past, I will tap my hat to one of the clockwork men and say, morning, and then, like, walk in. And as I approach here, I'm going to take my handkerchief and put it up over my face and burst in through the doors with my gun raised. And I want to... The first thing I do...
People look at you immediately and say...
Yeah, I fire my gun in the air. And I say, I'm making a wall! I want to see 5 fingers in the air, ladies and gentlemen. I'm afraid to say that this is a robbery. And I want to put my gun and gesture it at, like, the nearest, like, civilian.
This person here, who is this person? Skittish commoner.
Yeah.
This person just raises his hand, says, "Ah!"
Yeah.
Drops to the ground and puts their hand in their pocket.
Yeah. I want to see your hands when I can see them, sir. Now, I don't want no heroes
I was gonna
here.
get coins for you, sir.
Yeah.
I was gonna get coins for you. I was gonna get coins. And then you hear from around the corner, you hear a click, the sound of a gun cock, and you hear, "You messed with the wrong bank. Muglin's sure to pay us for your heads." And you see that two of those, there's actually at least 2 investors who are armed and ready.
Awesome.
I would hazard.
Listen here, you pieces of shit. The only thing you're investing in is a casket for your bodies. I would suggest dropping this little chauvinist act and kindly letting yourselves out the door with your
We're
heads
starting hot,
and your
folks.
asses.
So, large man is gonna just be standing up at this point, hands up in the air, nothing in his hands.
So,
Just so I can declare what's in my hands at the start of the fight.
Banjo's gonna dive
Discourse.
behind the...
just
What were
for
you saying,
clarification,
Discourse?
just in terms of the plan, I assumed it was like a couple of us will engage in a firefight, but the others will actually go to like deal with the vault, right? Like, so basically, like myself and I guess who else like are going to cover this room by engaging?
I can hit a couple people with a little damage.
My
Exactly.
understanding was that it was going to be like all of us are just going to run through, and Papa John, nice knowing you.
Yeah.
Um,
Felix is
Really?
kind of caught out in an inconvenient position. So he's just gonna find out. He's just gonna brawl it. you know?
Okay. Okay. So my thought was that basically that was going to cause the distraction in the front room, and then anyone got wise like this, then someone would step in as well to assist me. But otherwise, everyone would be going to like deal.
Yeah.
with
yeah,
Things
that
got
was
hot.
my assumption as well. But I mean, we just got to play it out, see how
Sure.
it goes.
No, that's
Yeah,
fine.
Let's give it a
they
go.
kind of can't leave you to dry now that there's some investors
Yeah.
wanting to protect their investment.
Well, it looks like we got ourselves a couple of
Okay.
heroes.
All right, upper right corner, you see the fist encounters button. Right click that to pop out the encounter tracker, and that's where you can roll initiative.
Oh.
Can I use deception for initiative?
Yes, you can use deception for initiative if you'd like. And if you have a pop-up window to add modifiers, which I don't like having, you can click settings to disable that. Okay.
And Banjo still needs to roll initiative from what I'm seeing.
Oh my!
I don't
clicked
like-
it. I don't think it's gone through properly.
All right, I like my adjectives.
My pop out character sheet's just not. Hold on, I gotta redo my character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Okay. Dopey takes an action and take out his gun and fires straight at Papa Fancy. Whoa, a club? Wait, I thought they had guns. Oh, I was mistaken.
Oh, so
They
you have come
have.
to a gunfight with a club.
Well, they might hit hard though. Little. Get out here, Goblin.
Well, you
This-
see, I
this
did bring
isn't
some guns with
700
them, so
BC.
that's fine.
All right, they're made of metal though. They're gonna hit hard.
Ooh.
All right, that 17 is gonna hit you. Well, kind of hard. Three bludgeoning, and that's its turn. Here's a dependent gold tank investor who's gonna walk around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Now over here, and try to give you a bonk also. We're gonna get ourselves a reward. Okay, Banjo, you're up.
So start of initiative, me and Colt need to roll our Wellspring because we're getting stressed.
Oh, right, right.
Unless this is a trivial encounter.
No.
Didn't feel trivial.
Yeah, no, I it's a bad habit, but I did the encounter math in my head. Based off their first attack roll, I can basically guess their level. So
Okay, so how do we do the roll?
So just roll a straight d20.
Go
Where are
to the chat window.
Okay.
Chat messages, bottom. Click
There we go.
the 20-sided die.
Roll. Got it. Bam. That's
Ooh, you have a Wellspring Surge. Roll a d20 for me.
All right, let's do it again. Roll. That's an 11.
11 on the Wellspring Surge table.
Mental broadcast. For 1 minute, everyone within 30 feet of you can hear your surface thoughts.
Fuck.
Let them know that I'm the man on the inside.
I guess everyone's heard that. Okay, Banjo.
Okay, so I got a success, which means that I've got a temporary spell slot.
You don't because you haven't used any spell slots.
Nothing happens.
Right.
So I'm just keeping cool. Sweet. So yeah, now that it's my turn, I'm going to whip out my gun, and he starts just like mutter. He's like.
So that's
muttering.
an action for the new people. An action.
Whip out my gun, and he starts muttering, 4 horsemen rode out from the heart of the range. 4 horsemen with aspects forbidding and strange. And that's bardic inspiration, but I'm going to... I'm not going to use my focus point because I don't think we're going to be able to rest. So everyone gets +1 to hit and damage with weapons.
Nice.
Yep.
And I believe a +1 status against emotion effects?
Okay.
Against fear specifically.
Against fear.
Okay.
And then,
Inspire courage.
and then
If
I like...
anybody wants to, I'm going to put that on people for now, just so I can speed things along today.
Yeah. And then third action, I'd like that same kind of thing. I'm directing it at the dopey gold tank investor, and that's going to be a intimidate.
All right. He says something intimidating to this guy.
Yeah, it's all part of the same like poetry thing.
Yeah.
16 against his will DC.
Okay, he is frightened of you. All right, that gives him -1 status, 1 status penalty to everything of his.
And that's my go.
Okay, Colt Magnum, you're up.
All right. Everyone hears my surface thought, which is,
Oh man, I can't believe we're gonna burn these civilians.
and,
All
I'm
these
gonna,
folks are prone on the ground. They've dropped to the ground.
in Colt's mind, he's going, well, what? The reason they now have to be burned to death is because these investors had to get involved. That's not my fault. And I'm going to, I guess, use 2 actions to use a cantrip. I'm going to cast Spitfire.
That is a 15-foot cone. Who do you
Yes.
want to get?
Because
Because you're not going to get more than one of these guys.
yeah, I'll get the one that's close to Bo. Get the one that's close to Bo, and then and then
okay.
all these civilians at the same time.
Okay. You'll have to move here.
Oh, is that how cones? Well, then couldn't I get both of them, or no?
Nah, that one
can't-
of them's out.
Yeah,
I
15-foot
accidentally
cone
drew
will not
that. I don't know
include
how to
that.
get rid of the template.
I can.
Okay,
A
I see.
15-foot cone will not get both of them because they have to be within.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see, got you. Yeah, I'll do that. Sounds like a plan. I'll use Spitfire. I'll get all of these commoners, and then the investor that is close
you can
to
avoid
Van.
all the commoners by doing this.
The heat of the moment, though.
yeah.
Heat of the moment.
Or-
Get him.
Or do we have a policy? We're just not caring about innocent lives?
Personally, I would prefer not to kill them, but you know, if they're in the way, they're in the way. It's
Banjo would
I
prefer
wouldn't
not
say
to
to
kill
go out of
them.
our way to kill civilians, but you know,
If that's the vibe, I will not. I guess I won't
Things go
kill the
wrong.
civilians.
people die. Like you know, there is going to be
I'll
collateral.
use.
I'm gonna
On
point
the
out
other
they're all
hand-
on the ground. You can avoid them.
On the
I
other
will then
hand, the
instead
more
use
people that
produce-
are on fire, the more chaos.
That is
So-
true.
I will
just wanted
instead
to
then
control the
use. I'll use produce flame instead, and on this
Okay.
investor.
Okay. All
make
right.
a spell attack roll.
Click that button.
That says
Attack.
attack.
Click the big button.
Hiya!
Mhm. Oh, it shoots wide. It hits the wall, which starts. The walls are made of stone, though, so
it's gonna be
Doors
hard to
aren't.
bury.
Doors are made of wood.
nonsense. That's
the doors
nonsense.
are made of wood. Right?
I still have one action left.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a spell casting limit for how many spells you can cast in a turn in Pathfinder? Or
Nah,
is it
just
action
actions.
limit?
Just actions.
Okay.
But most spells are 2 actions, so you can cast like shield or something.
Yeah, I do have
It's one
shield.
action to intimidate a dude, like what I did.
Okay. An intimidation that would potentially get them out of the fight, or would that?
It would potentially frighten them,
It's a
lowering all
debuff.
their numbers for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll turn to the guy then close to me and be like,
I may have missed. I won't next time.
I'm gonna try to intimidate him.
Yeah, go
possible.
ahead. So while your token is
skills.
selected, upper left corner, click skills, and then you get to. Ooh, I don't think you have intimidation as a trained skill.
I don't,
but
I
you
have
can
it at
still
plus
do
7.
it. Oh wait, I
No,
just had
intimidation
this.
is plus 7.
I'm just looking at the wrong token, I guess. Go ahead.
Okay.
There's some
Your intimidation
settings.
is as good as my athletics. You're good.
Yeah.
All
That's
right,
20.
he quavers back in fear, and he looks like he's about to pull out a club, but he hesitates for a second. Guts.
So, what Guts is going to do is he is going to run his move speed to get to here.
Yeah,
Say,
baby.
that's my friend you're smacking! And we'll go for a punch to the back of the head.
Ah,
Oof,
what
crit.
is- Does this take
And you
crit?
are flat... Yes.
Okay.
And also you are flat-footed to me.
Yeah, so,
Enjoy.
hold on. I'm sorry, I'm multitasking here. I'm dealing with settings that are defaulted to things I don't like token HUD aiming upward. I still don't know why they do that. Hold on. And also when Elandril's token tips to tell me saving throw bonuses.
According to this
Show
book
everyone.
I've got, that's called a coward punch.
Okay, so because this guy was flanked and you're a ruffian rogue, he might be stunned or slowed by this. So he's gonna.
No, I don't have the critical specialization to level 5.
Oh, that's only if he has critical special. Okay, all right then. That
For sure.
guy's out of the battle.
Yep, he is non-lethal, though. Because, my punch is non-lethal.
Oh, okay. You guys are declaring that. Wait, what? We got to be on the. Oh, your punch is non-lethal. Yes.
My punch is non-lethal
Yeah.
Okay.
because it just
Are you done?
it's part of the traits of the... No, I have 1 action left.
Yep.
And...
Sean, you do get the crit spec at level 1 for ruffian. It's a ruffian thing.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Huh. Spicy. I'll go read more about that in a bit. But anyway,
But that's only when you're using a weapon, not unarmed. So
yeah. I'm going
Ah.
to now go ahead and try to grapple this guy here.
Okay. Okay. He's going to try to grab him, and because it's a second attack action this turn, it's going to have the multiple attack penalty. Go. And a 9 will not succeed. Okay, I think that's his turn. Papa
Yep.
Fancy, and because you're a gunslinger, you get to, as your first action for free, step 10 feet if you want.
I would like to do that. Yeah, so these two guys are coming at me with a club, so I'm gonna back off basically.
Yeah.
Now you'll have to bear with me a little because I'm sort of getting used to the system. So from
Yeah.
what I understand, then I have the ability to shoot somebody, obviously with my gun, but I also seem to be able to is it intimidate or?
the
While
action's called
reloading?
demoralize, but it uses your intimidation.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out.
Yeah, everyone can do that, but you also have a special ability that lets you do that while reloading.
Okay. So I don't have
You get to
access.
reload while doing.
I only have my initial deed. Then right now.
Yes.
Yeah, and you also have a special called Slinger's Reload ability. You have both.
Right. Okay. So the
Initial deed was your 10-foot step and pulling out your gun at the start of combat, but you already had your gun.
okay, awesome. And so essentially the best thing to do is to fire at this the dependent
Oh yeah.
fellow. Okay, excellent. Well, in that case, I will say, so you put all these lives in danger with your recklessness. Drop your weapon, and then I shoot him.
I love how you give yourself a noble justification.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We're not the,
The
bad
stubborn one?
ones.
Yeah.
The stubborn one? Okay, so click your token, select your own token, hover over the target, press T to target it.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I'm going to move here. I didn't realize there was a guy there. I'm going to put myself like a little bit, not going the melee. I'm going to fire at this guy, the dependent, the one that is
All right, so press P
efficient.
to target when you're hovering him,
Oh, P.
and it should like show little arrows around him.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
So
All
it
right.
lets you target people.
And then
So now, with your self-selected,
Mhm.
upper left corner where it says strikes, hover.
yes.
And wait, Pepper Box is +10 because of the Inspire Courage.
Oh,
Yeah.
excellent.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Gun-
I'll click that.
Gunslingers have scary accuracy.
You
Gunslingers have more
broke double
accurate.
digits.
Yep. 26!
Nice.
That's a headshot. And because that exceeds the AC by 12, that is a critical hit.
Huzzah!
That's what it's
So
all
click-
about.
So click the critical button and you're about to see what a gun does on a crit. Okay, the dice were low, but you
Not a
still
lot.
got an extra die of damage, and
Okay.
you graduated from D4s to D8s. That's 9 damage, and this guy falls dead.
Oh, excellent. I had to do it. He forced me. Anybody else want to be a hero? And I want to look around.
That guy hadn't even pulled out a weapon yet.
I don't. All right, 2 more actions you have.
Okay. Can I shoot again?
You gotta
Yes, you can
reload.
reload and shoot again at level 1.
Okay, then I will reload and then fire again because I have the. Well, I can do my special reload, right? My.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
You can either demoralize somebody for free
Mhm.
or create a distraction for free, which will make the target flat-footed, -2 to their AC.
What does demoralize do?
Your next attack.
What does demoralize?
-1 to all of their stats, including their AC, their saving throws, their attacks for until the end of their next turn.
What do you guys think would be more useful here in this situation? Just a minus to the AC, or
Well, if the dude's already frightened, you can't frighten him again. It doesn't
Yeah.
stack. But if you make him
Okay.
flat-footed, that does stack.
sounds good. Then in that case, then I will say, anybody else want to be a hero? As I like reload, and that will be my reload, the raconteur reload, I think it's called. And
Yes.
then I will fire at the stubborn.
Hold on. You're trying to distract somebody with the way you reload,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So now do a skill check, deception.
Oh, okay. Oh yes, of course, because it's not automatic. Okay.
Yep.
Deception. So I'm still getting used to all the. Let's see.
Sure.
Deception is here.
And you're targeting the stubborn or the frightened one.
The one that I have here, the stubborn.
Okay,
14?
he is what's his perception? He is flat-footed to you. He looked at your gun,
Yeah.
and he hasn't even brought out his club yet.
All
All right, you can make another shot now.
I'll shoot him.
However, you're going to click the +5 this time.
Okay. So I'm a +5.
Yep, because you've already attacked.
Okay. And I will roll. That is a 19.
Okay, 19. And that is a hit.
Awesome. And this time it's
Nice.
just the damage.
Yes.
Just normal damage.
Ah.
Just a hit.
Yeah. Aw.
Okay, 3 damage.
And yeah,
1 added from Gunslinger, 1 added from the Bard.
Cool. I shoot him in the knee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Take a seat, sir.
all right, Efficient's Gold Tank Investor is going to take out a club. However, he looks at you hesitatingly and says he doesn't say a word. He's just a little cowed by what you just did. And he misses you. And then his frightened value goes down. Stubborn Gold Tank Investor is takes out his club and tries to bonk you on the head with it. Banjo.
Go ahead. Bonk my head.
All right, that's a hit for
Ooh.
6 damage.
Ow!
And there's a second hit.
Not like that.
Bonk. Okay, and here You hear clockwork outside whirring into their activation mode.
Oh yeah, shit.
Oh.
Wait, we
Someone block
I
that door.
love
I'm on it. Ah!
All right, we're at the start of a round. Outlaw, you got to go.
Yeah, I've got to go.
Okay,
I'm
well,
gonna
I
keep
had a
going.
lot of fun. I want to hear any thoughts from Outlaw first, and then others.
I'm having a great time. Getting used to the virtual tabletop is that's currently the biggest barrier for my brain.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
it's really cool.
Have
and
you ever used a
Pathfinder's been
virtual
fun.
tabletop?
I typically avoid it. I used Roll20
Uh-huh.
for a bit. I don't personally like them very much, just because I feel like it's a hassle for me, and I don't feel like hassles. It's a lot. But using them as a player, but like this, I'm getting the hang of it. I feel like I'm getting the vibe, and I do like the feel of it overall. But
Mhm.
yeah, I'm having a great time. This is just I'm having a blast. I'm
This
having
is a heavy-
Papa Fancy might be is a joy.
I fucking love Papa Fancy. Papa Fancy is incredible.
Yeah,
Gas.
this is a very, strong. It was said in the comments to the first video, this is a very high charisma group, and the characters are too. And feel free, most times you can log into the Foundry server using the link I left under the scheduling channel. So if you want to explore the VTT yourself on your
Okay.
own some more, you can do that. And there's some useful online videos that walk you through some basic stuff. If you have to go, Outlaw, feel free to go. Other people.
Do I just close the link? The
Yeah, you
tab,
just
or how do I
close. You just
leave?
close out Zencaster. It handles it.
Yeah, and
See ya.
okay, see you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Hey.
Okay, other folks. Thoughts?
I'm having a blast as well. I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. Obviously, we're only into our first combat. But so far I've
Not
been,
a lot of Pathfinder specific stuff.
yeah.
Yet.
So far I've been enjoying it though. Like it has been a ton of fun. All the characters are great. They're all hilarious. I love it. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. There's a lot of contrast in the group, and part of it too is kind of seeing how they're going to get along.
Oh yeah, I think we've come together quite well. I think we're
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm having a lot of fun playing like the straight man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need Austin to see the videos so that he can know where he's gonna fit in.
Whenever every single time someone mentions
big
Australia,
personalities here.
and you and your voice goes really low, it cracks me up every single time, and you're like deadly serious. Like, what are you talking? It's so funny.
Okay, and Sean and Dominic both know Pathfinder. Any thoughts? You already know Pathfinder.
Yeah, fun
Yeah.
group. I specifically made my character to enable guns to be effective, and it's working, which is fun.
Yeah, I
With
could
the bard.
see how 3D it could be really good. Like in
Yeah,
theory,
yeah,
if I
like,
did roll a 1 at all of
hypothetically.
them, yeah.
Yeah.
What was that? What would be good?
I could see how like rolling, like I would think it was 3D8 with the guns would be very
Oh,
strong.
3D8.
If,
Yeah,
if I wasn't rolling ones every time, in theory, there's
and
yeah.
Yeah.
gotcha.
And then the plus 10. So this is the thing. So this is kind of my problem that I have with virtual tabletops a lot of the time, especially as a player, as opposed to like a DM, is that it kind of reminds me of whenever I first started playing RPGs and people would just like do all the mechanics for me. And I would just kind of be like, okay, so what now? Okay. And then this happens.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And I have no idea why. So specifically, why did we get, this happens with virtual tabletops. I think it sometimes obfuscates the mechanics because it mechanizes so much of it. You don't have to do like the math in your head. So how come I got plus 10 that first shot? So how come I got
When
like,
you are a
high
gunslinger,
bonus? Yeah.
you and the fighter are hands down the most accurate combatants
Okay.
in Pathfinder. You have an extra degree of success higher above.
Okay.
Not degree of success.
Not degree of success, but
You're,
also
you're an
plus
expert.
2.
Okay.
Yeah, you're an expert. And so while most people would have plus 7 at this level, which is their ability score of 4 plus their proficiency of 3, being a level 1 and trained, you have a plus 9.
Okay.
And because the bard was first, they gave everyone in the party plus 1 to attack and to damage.
Oh,
And then you were also attacking a guy that was frightened, so you had -1 to his AC. So it like
right. It just
all the
stacks.
little-
So you kind of like
Yeah.
swung them after
Yeah.
like.
Oh,
And also, if I get a grapple off on somebody, they're then flat-footed, which is another -2 that stacks with
that
everything
feels so
mentioned
unfair.
previously.
Like you grab him by the arms and somebody else shoots him. Like it just come on.
Yeah,
It's
no,
bullying at that stage.
I also brought this character because I want to enable all the characters that wanted to use guns.
Well, I guess in
Okay.
future
So-
I want to go last then in the initiative order again, I suppose, rather than first.
And you can actually delay and willingly move back in initiative order.
Okay.
And so that is a tactical thing you can decide.
Yeah.
And all of these situational bonuses, the frightened, the flat-footed, have types. There's only 2 types that change often in the middle of combat. There's status bonuses that are like spell effects, conditions. So frightened gave a -1 status penalty to all of their defenses. And then there are circumstance bonuses and penalties. Flat-footed is one of those. It gives them a -2 circumstance penalty. So if something is... someone can be frightened and sickened and clumsy.
Mhm.
Those all give a -1 status penalty to their AC. But you don't stack things of the same
Yeah.
type.
Can't be clumsy times 2, basically.
Yeah. So it's kind of bullying, but it's also within limits.
Yeah.
It's the same as Pathfinder 1, how like bonuses of the same kind don't stack, but instead of there being like insight and circumstance and like weather bonus and like all the like 15 different ones, it's just circumstance, status, and item.
Awesome.
That's
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else that stood out in the mechanics so far, even though you only saw 1 round? You did have 3 actions. You were able to
Yeah.
make 2 attacks.
I think being able to shoot twice was very interesting and very good. I like that. I liked being able to shoot twice. That was good. Yeah. I guess the movement was nice as well, though obviously that was a class feature and only for the first action of the game or of
Yep.
the combat.
And it lets you get away from somebody in your
Mhm.
face, too.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But-
Is there does that give them an attack of opportunity?
Normally,
It's a
no.
step, so it doesn't.
Oh, okay. So that's very good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
That move, it specifically says you step 10 feet.
yeah,
Yeah.
Sean's right,
Oh.
but I was also answering the question behind that, which is that most things do not have the ability to do an attack of opportunity
Oh,
Yeah.
by
okay.
default.
Right.
So like my
Second
rogue
edition.
cannot attack for opportunity at all. Fighter is the only class that starts with attack for opportunity. Everybody
level
else needs
1.
to get it at like level 6.
Oh, so it's like a
type deal.
skill or a feature, is it?
Yeah.
It's a feat that you need to pick up as a
Feat.
class specific feat.
Oh, okay.
And if it's available, it's usually available at level 6.
Yeah.
Like it's a mid to late game feat, and fighter is the
Yeah.
only class that starts with it.
That's-
and it's just as uncommon on the monsters.
That's very interesting. So ranged classes then they can just like run out of melee combat as they wish, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
a lot
However,
of monsters have like ways to deal with ranged characters and that kind of thing. Like
Okay.
monsters have it feels like they're not really necessarily going for verisimilitude. They're going for
Mhm.
like interesting combat
Yeah.
abilities that is
Yeah.
like, you know. Yeah.
It's gaming.
Yeah.
And you can shoot someone point blank, and there's no penalty to your attack.
Yep.
However, attack of opportunity can trigger if they have that less common attack of opportunity ability. It can trigger on a range attack.
Okay. Okay, I see.
Yep.
You'll find some monsters that are more like melee
Soldiery
brutes.
type characters.
Soldiery
Yeah.
will have attack of opportunity, and it usually sucks because it's at their
Yeah.
full bonus, and they're usually really a high attack bonus. And
Yeah.
it's
So
not
you
nice.
normally just like get disintegrated by their attack of opportunity. So it completely changes the way you need to play around them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But like I kind of built my grappler so I could lock them down. The range and casters can get distance, and then I'm just kind of like stuck here in melee
Yeah.
trying to survive the best I can.
Well, so far
A really
we're
fun one as
basically-
well is oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, so far we're just basically going head first into the room
Yeah.
and going initiate combat.
yeah.
So yeah, my plan, my thought
You're like, bank
is
customers fight back.
Yeah.
I just love that.
My initial thoughts is that we get Guts to get the door, you mop up the rest of the like
Mhm.
people that are fighting back, and me and Outlaw like start heading out to the next room.
Yeah, that was my thinking too.
Yep.
I guess we probably should have vocalized it. But yeah, that was my thing. I was
Well, my
hoping that
understanding of the plan.
the civilians would put their hands up, and then we could hold them hostage to stop the clockwork guards from coming inside. Basically, was my
I'm concerned the clockwork guards might be mindless, so we can't reason with them.
oh.
Because mindless is actually a trait that a lot of constructs have. That's why I was asking for the recall knowledge.
That's,
But it failed, so
yeah,
that's kind of it.
that's really unfortunate because.
Oh, you could have asked a separate question, Sean. I was just treating your recall knowledge check as getting info about this creature. You could have asked the question, clockwork. Do they have minds separately?
I'm pretty sure
Just
that most
FYI,
clockwork
that's how-
creatures on my list, but yeah.
Yeah, that's how I run recall knowledge.
That would be an ecumenical matter. What is a mind? Well,
Yeah.
Well, whatever has the mindless trait doesn't have it.
Fair.
Okay.
And that makes them immune to a bunch of stuff that's just like clearly written out as mental.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any other comments about Pathfinder, that anything we've seen or done? Anything you've done? Okay.
Yeah.
Our party is definitely on the evil side of the spectrum.
It feels that way, yeah.
I liked that at the start. It was like, just heads up, I'm playing chaotic evil, just so you know. And then I'm the voice of like caution and
You're like,
greed.
please can we not light fire to all the civilians in the bank, please?
Guts just
All right.
he's just too anxious of a little scrimbo to speak up about morals. You know?
Yeah.
He's just
We'll
he just has a
corrupt him,
tattoo of a bicep on his bicep because got a fair play. But that's
I feel like in the heat of combat, a little bit of collateral is kind of to be expected. They shouldn't have been in such a dangerous scenario. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to go out of my way to murder people unless they're, the vulnerable in some way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to start a conversation in the channel about some lines we do not want to cross. I think innocent folk, I'm going to say what I think about that. But collateral damage, especially if they are, people who are trying to kill you for a reward, I'm all right with.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And also, like, if I cause harm, but I don't see the direct harm,
the repercussions of that.
yeah, then it's like it didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. Very visual
okay.
learner. Yeah, very visual learner.
meanwhile, Guts is I actually did opt for the fifth strike because I felt like it would be enough damage to take them out, and I didn't want to kill.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I didn't catch that. It was a fist strike. I was just so multitasking.
Yeah, no.
That's a cool
My
dynamic.
tusk strike is slightly more damage, but it's lethal if damaged. So I purposely went for the less damaged fist to try and not kill.
Yeah.
I see. Oh yeah, you can fucking bite people.
Yeah, I have a bite ability that I spec into. I can just bite them,
Brutal.
So I can just go chomp,
Yeah.
It's a D6,
Nice.
and I can sneak attack with my bite.
That's so nice. Okay,
And,
we have to remember
yeah.
for next time that everyone can hear Colt's surface thoughts too.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That one.
Really, really great one to roll for a heist where you're disguised.
I know, for a heist.
I love a character who's
Okay.
pretending to be a human. Like, can't let anybody know I'm just a pile of gunpowder, sentient gunpowder. Can't let anybody know about that.
I know. This is so funny. That's how it's. If this were a TV series, this is the plot twist.
Yeah.
This is how everyone's going to find out about him.
Yeah,
Like he had no idea it was going to happen this way.
you gotta love those little organic moments, right? The emergent sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's totally
Okay.
not scripted, but it's very good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm really, I wish we could meet next week, but I'm going to be on the road, and so it's going to be 2 weeks from now.
Sure.
But yeah, also I have 8 campaigns, so
Wow.
it's kind of. And the other
Yeah,
group
no,
wanted to
That's
meet
too many.
weekly, and the other group wanted to meet weekly, and I'm accommodating them for now. I'll see what's going to happen.
Nah, kick them
Okay.
out, put us in.
I can go, Coach. I can
They're
go.
the ones I'm gonna. Okay. All right. Good. So we will see each other then, and I'm gonna click stop recording and make sure. Okay. Wave goodbye to the
Bye-bye.
imaginary future audience. Bye bye.
Bye.